Hey, what's up, y'all? We're doing this. We are live again here with all my friends on YouTube. How is everybody doing on a lovely Sunday afternoon / evening? Who's all here tonight? K-Pat's here. He says, let's go. All right. How's everybody doing tonight? Who all's here? Mass One's here. He's saying hi to Rose Bell, which also means Rose Bell is here too. Hi, Mass One. Hi, Rose Bell. Andy here. She's saying what's up. Lint away air duct and dryer vent cleaning, says Jake, the best YouTuber. Thank you very much. I have to agree. I am a little bit biased, just a little bit, because I'm me. But I have to say, in my opinion, I'm clearly the best. All right, just before we get to the what's up, let me say hi to a few more people. Misanthropic, how you doing? Long-time subscriber here. Good to see. Vito Andolini says, T-word's got a gun. Yeah, we have to say T-word from now on because I caught a strike for most likely using the T-word in full. So now we have to refer to those people as the T-word or this person. For example, if we want to talk about the T-word or the person who is being endorsed by Bud Light, we have to make sure not to use the naughty word. Otherwise, YouTube will take down the stream. You can't call them what they are because it's hateful. It's hateful to call someone what they are. So I got to dance around like I'm walking on eggshells, tiptoeing on some eggshells. I got to say shit like T-word. Maybe instead I can call them vile creatures. I wonder if that's allowed. Can you call them a vile creature? Before I get carried away, let's go ahead and do this. What? Up. What's up? That's what we do around here. You know, other people don't do that. They stop doing it, but we still do it because if we don't do it, nobody will. And then the tradition will die. We don't want that to happen now, do we? All right, getting the laughing emojis going. I want to see those frequently tonight. Mirai says, Jake, did you puff? Does a bear shit in the woods? I was like saying, did you breathe today? Of course. Oh, J. Rose says you can call him Truthners. Funny you mention him because he has drifted so far into irrelevance. He changed his name. He no longer is Truthner. Now he's Lupton. Yeah. We can actually get to that later. We can do a Where Are They Now segment. Where are they now? It's quickly how some little turds can drift into irrelevance real fast once they don't have the rigged NFL to talk about. I was getting bigger numbers when I was talking about it. And then once the season ended, we went back to our regular numbers, about 5,000-6,000 on everything. Meanwhile, Mr. Lupton Pat Truthner, oh, he's down to like 100 views, 200 views. Ha ha. Ha ha. OJ Toothpaste 2 says, "Do you like Budweiser, Jake?" I'm not really a big fan of any of the cheap beers. Having said that, I have drinking all of them plenty of times, but all the regular crappy cheap beers are just not good. I feel like in order to enjoy a beer these days, I have to like squeeze 2 limes into it. If there's not like a lime in it, then it's gross. Like if someone's like, "You want a Corona?" I'm like, eh. I'm like, "Do you have a whole lime for me to shove in there and make it tasty?" That's like the only way it's tasty is if I like squeeze an entire lime into it. Then it's delicious. Arian Sinshu says, "Brew your own." Brew my own beer. Yeah, that's too much of a process. It's too much shit. Ain't nobody got time for that. Timmy Fleming says, "Hey Jake, how's the van getting on?" Good. I took it on a test trip. I did a 1 night trip to Reno. It's 2 hours from where I live to get to Reno, and 2 hours back. And so I wanted to make sure it could handle a long drive. And then I slept in it to see like how comfy it would be with just me using foam pad and sleeping bag. And it wasn't quite comfortable enough. So I ended up buying a twin mattress for the van. And so I splurged. I want to make sure I'm comfortable. So I ended up just buying this twin that I could shove in there. It takes up a bit of space, but I need to be able to sleep good. And that's the whole reason I bought the van, is for a place to sleep. So I'm thinking a little bit more fixing up. I'm thinking I need to put some tires on it and just make sure everything's running good and smooth. And then I got to take off pretty quick. I mean, the weather's already pretty hot. Here where I live is already 90 degrees. So it was like hot all weekend. Felt like summer has already arrived here. So, and then there's some places, Phoenix, Las Vegas, they're already at 100 degrees. And so it's looking like I need to be taking off here pretty quick and get this trip going. So that trip's looking like it's going to happen sooner than later. Yeah, the van life stuff is going to be more like YouTube friendly, but it'll still be entertaining for you guys because I'm going to try to make it entertaining, of course. So basically, I'm going to plan out some locations and do like, where I'm going to stealth camp for the night and then go do stuff outside the van, maybe have a little cooking segment. So it's basically going to be YouTube friendly. So my thoughts were that if I intersperse van videos and traveling and YouTube friendly stuff, I can confuse the algorithm and maybe they can start suggesting me to new people. It was like when I started doing the NFL rig stuff, my channel was stagnant for years. And then suddenly they just started showing me to thousands of new people and thousands of new subs came rolling in. And then the season ends, I stopped doing the NFL content, and now we're back to stagnant, and they're stealing subs from me again. So whenever I just put out truth content and only truth content, what they do is they freeze up my subscriber count by just stealing subs every time it starts to go up. And I know this to be true because people tell me that they've been unsubbed. They haven't told me once or twice. I've heard this hundreds of times over the years. I'm sure they've peeled away thousands and thousands of people. And not everyone's going to come tell me they got unsubbed. Some people aren't going to notice. So basically, the only way for me to grow the channel or fight back against the system is to give them a little bit of YouTube friendly content to confuse them. And that's like the only way that I can be seen by new people. So I'm hoping that the van stuff will open the door to some new people again. And then, of course, when NFL starts up in late September, I'm going to pound that again. And this next season, I actually plan to blow the doors off the subject. I made it go viral once. I think next season I can make it go even more viral. But tonight, I thought we would just read comments, just do regular chit chat. Ndaka of a magadaka faka. And the magadaka faka. Did I pronounce that correctly? I hope so. If not, sorry. Says, did you heard something from Q? If you're referring to Q and Fee, the channel, I haven't seen him upload anything, and I haven't talked to him in a while, so no. If you're talking about Q as in like Quan and shit, I don't follow that, and I think it's a big, huge psyop. So there you go. Those are the only two things I think you would be talking about. So here's something I wanted to touch on. The NFL, excuse me, not the NFL, the Bud Light deal. So people are like, I hear a lot of people talking about it. I've heard bystanders when I go to the store, people are like, Bud Light lost billions of dollars. They're so stupid. I'm never drinking the Bud Light again. They lost billions. Everyone's talking about how much Bud Light lost. As like, you guys, nobody at the tippity top of Bud Light like was like, hey, we're gonna make so much money if we put this T word in association with our product. Oh yeah, if we team up with this T word, we're gonna make so much. They knew what was gonna happen. Here's how it works, guys. Did they know they were gonna lose a lot of money? Yes. When it comes to Bud Light and gigantic corporations, the money doesn't exist. It's fake. It's numbers on a screen. So they can lose, let's say, 5 billion, and then the Fed can be like, good job, mission accomplished. Now we're going to put that right back in your account. There it is in your account. How would you know? Bud Light, Budweiser is the government. Just like McDonald's is the government and Walmart is the government. When you get that big in business to where there's a Walmart on every corner, or in every town, there's a McDonald's on every corner, there's Budweiser in every single store, every single gas station, Budweiser. When it's that big, it's intertwined with the government. So what I'm telling you is they knew there was going to be a loss. They knew there was going to be blowback. They knew there was going to be resentment. They did it on purpose. And you want to know why? Because this is what I think. I'm not totally sure, but this is what I think. They're setting the scene for Trump to come back, and they really want to get people leaning more towards the right. So what they want to do is get people fired up about going more towards the right, voting right, and getting Trump in there to fix all this mess. So I think what they're doing here by creating this artificial blowback, like on purpose, like they did it on purpose to get this blowback. Budweiser's losing so much because they teamed up with this T word. Yeah, they did it on purpose. They knew they were going to lose the money. A company like that, if they were to lose 100 billion, they just get bailed out. They'd be like, oh, you lost all your money? Here. Now you're back in business. No gigantic businesses like Bud Light, Budweiser, McDonald's, Walmart. None of these gigantic businesses go out of business. These ones are tied in to the government. So I think what they're doing is getting people who are on the fence between lefty and right. They're trying to get people to go more towards the right, it looks like. Force the issue. They want you to be outraged and talking about this. You know why I know that? Because people are talking about it at the supermarket. Before the stream, I went to the store and I hear random guys talking about it. And it's been like weeks. Shit, I think I missed a couple super chats. Hold on. Daisy Dupsy says you were on point. Thank you, Daisy. I appreciate that. I think I maybe missed another one while I was talking. Kurt. Hey, Kurt, I appreciate that. Hey, buddy, just so you know, I had to block you on another social media platform because you were being a crazy person. So here's the deal, bro. Like, I don't have a problem with you. I don't hate you. But like you acted like a crazy person to me several times. You like to get really wasted, or at least you did. You like to be really loud and really obnoxious, and you talk really loud and you don't listen. And so every time I've dealt with you, it's been a bit of an issue. And then you went on my social media and you were being crazy. So hopefully you're leveling out and you're not going to do that tonight. Good to see you, buddy. Hope you're doing better. Yes, KPAT, federally, they're definitely going to legalize. All the states are pretty much on board. There's only like a handful of straggler states who aren't going like legal with the weed yet. And eventually they're all going to go. They want you to be high. Now, I've been getting high since I was 17. I'm not going to sit here and tell you it's like the greatest form of life, but I've been doing it for so long that it's just like a damn near impossibility to quit for me. And I'm able to do my job and make a living without it messing up my life. But some people, it's not the case. So basically, they want you stoned, compliant. Chances of you revolting against the system, doing anything to change anything, waking anyone up is a lot less if you're high. So they definitely want people smoking weed. And they're putting God knows what into it these days. I can only imagine what sort of additives have been put in there. It ain't just a regular plant no more. Leslie Guy says, yes, smoke weed and drink Bud Light. Hey, I've made all those mistakes. In fact, like when I go watch a concert is when I'm like most likely to get as like messed up as I can. That's like when I give myself like total leeway. Like, well, I'm watching Blue Oyster Cult, so that means I have to take at least half an eighth. I have to drink at least 6 beers. I have to smoke at least 4 or 5 bowls. At least that's the bare minimum before I even walk in there. Because once I walk in there, they're going to overcharge me for beer, and I'll at least have to buy a couple overpriced beers while I'm watching the show. So yeah, I'm not perfect. I make mistakes. I'm not going to sit here and tell you I don't ever put anything crappy inside my body. Unfair funfair. Why do you hate Jaren? What are you, one of his sock accounts? What are you, his butt buddy? Why would you ask that? I have videos which explain it perfectly. Are you stupid? I don't think you belong here. I don't like that question. All you have to do is look at what he does. Look at what he does. Look at who he is. Look at who he associates himself with. And look at what I have shown you about him. Now get lost. Anyone else want to ask stupid questions? I got some funny answers for you. How come you don't like Eric too big? Get lost, loser. You know, something about being an actor, liar, scammer, and a shill that bothers me. I guess it doesn't bother you. That's why you have to ask me why I'm bothered. Is that you, Jaron? Asking why I don't like you? So now people are going to do the same thing. Yeah. Mr. Moon Reset guy. Oh, I have proof that the moon glitches. I have proof. Couldn't be my camera. Has to be the moon glitching. I'm the only guy to ever observe it. 99% of truth tellers have been suspended by YouTube. Are you still here because you're a shill? See, that's not quite true. It's not completely true. There's channels out there, and sometimes they make a video and get a strike, and then they make another one and get a strike, and then they make another one and get a strike. You know what I do? If I get two of them, I put everything to private, and then I retreat to my backup channel. And I just wait for them to go away. And then I come back. And that's happened several times. So I get videos removed. In fact, I broke down the Nash drill, and I broke it down fabulously and turned it into a comedy routine, and YouTube took it down. I had 12,000 views in about 2 to 3 days. There were 600 people watching live, double what we had now, and YouTube took it down after 2 days. So I still get penalized. They shadow ban the living shit out of this channel. The only reason they keep me around is because I generate money. And the other truther channels that aren't monetized don't make any money for YouTube. And so YouTube doesn't see them as a reason to keep around. So like if a computer algorithm is going to look at all the channels, and they're looking at channels that are constantly going against their community guidelines and aren't monetized or making them any money, those are the ones they're going to get rid of. So since I label my stuff as comedy, and I try and intersperse other content within my conspiracy content that confuses the algorithm, like for instance, when I start doing van videos, it's going to be totally YouTube commercial friendly. So then they're going to be like, here's this truther guy who also does van videos. See, and I make them money. They run ads on my shit. People send super chats and this and that. So they see it in their best interest to keep me around. And if you look, they've gotten rid of other channels, and then people make new channels and come back, and then they stick around for years. So they say you're not allowed once your channel gets taken out to make a new one, because that's called ban evasion. But Eric Dubé got taken out with 100,000 subs, and now he's back with 150,000 subs. ODD got taken out years ago with over 100,000 subs, and then he came back and got 300,000 subs. Mag TV's been taken out like 5, 6, 8, 10 times. I don't know. He comes back every time. Always finds a way to make another account and amass more people. So it just all depends. I have been lucky enough to not been completely taken out, but I have been hit with 2 strikes several times to where I had to but put all my videos to private and then wait 3 months for those to expire. So, no, not a shill. That's why there's no evidence of me being a shill. Nobody can prove it. People have to make shit up. He wears a hat. The hat's Masonic. That's the most people have to make shit up about me to call me a shill. That's why whenever anyone calls me a shill, I know they're a piece of shit, idiot, or a shill. To call Jake the asshole a shill, or even think I might be, when you have zero proof. I wasn't in any of those documentaries. I never did any news interviews where I threw Flat Earth under the bus. Hit a sore spot on the drill video. Yeah, see the drill video, I broke down the footage. You know what it was is I used the T word. I don't know for sure, but that's my guess. Because at one point we were singing T Word's Got a Gun, but we were saying the real word. And so they don't tell you when they remove one of your vids, they just say it violates their community guidelines for hate speech. And they don't tell you it's because you use the T word. They don't give you a timestamp. So you're just left wondering, what did I do? And so the only thing I can think is that I broke down the footage and proved it was fake, A, and I used the T word, which gave them a reason to axe the video. It's over on BitChute and Odyssey if you want to see that old stream. Yes, Leslie, that's the T word. That's the one that can get you taken down. So now any other form of the word, I'm afraid to even use it. So I know I can get away with saying T word, but it sucks that that's what it's come to, that you can't call someone what they are. Otherwise, you're hateful. It's gonna come a time I'm not even gonna be allowed to say black guy. Oh, this black guy, that's hateful. He's just a guy. You're not allowed to say what color he is. Faith, sorry I'm late. My chickens wouldn't go to bed. The mother cluckers. Ah! Coming in late, but with a fire chicken joke. I like it. That's the best damn chicken joke I've heard all night. Anyone else got a better chicken joke? It can't involve crossing a road. Yep. See, they're setting traps for me. Then when I do my job comedically, they're going to call it like a violation of standards. Hateful. Just me doing my job being a comedian is all. Just trying to make people laugh and be entertained and have fun while I tell them the truth at the same time. Walk for forgiveness. Why did the chicken not cross the road? It was chicken. Chicken jokes. Got the super chat coming in here. It says instead of T word, use do 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 do. Yes. I actually saw a someone else made a do 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 video in honor of me, which I found hilarious. I might have to pull that up here. You just reminded me of it. Someone else out there is now making do videos who's not me. It's a fan of this channel, but still, I think it's funny that an impression I did of a lady is now becoming like a genre of content. It's weird. John asks, do you know about First Amendment auditors? Yeah, I personally don't like to get involved in anything involving police. I don't want to like film them and have them turn their attention to me. I don't want to like pull the whole like, oh, I don't have a license, I don't have insurance because I'm a free man, sovereign man on the land, and have them yank me out of my car and put me on the ground. Not doing it. So anything involving police, no, not going to do it. They're going to do whatever they want to do and they're going to get away with it most likely. And I'm not going to be the one to try and stop them. So the ones out there who film them and all that stuff, hey, kudos to them. Me, not doing it. Not getting involved whatsoever. And the whole like, oh, I don't have insurance. I don't have a license. I don't have, I I just drive around and tell the police I'm a sovereign man on the land. Yeah, that works until it doesn't. And then they yank you out the window and throw you in jail and tow your car. And then, yeah, a year later, you might like somehow win the case, but they'll inconvenience the shit out of you in that moment. And they won't go to jail or lose their job over it. So when it comes to like stuff like that, I'll watch some of the videos, but I ain't doing it. Hell no. Oh, I know there's always a guy who thinks they know the law so much better and that they are going to do everything they want and the cops never touch them. They win every court case. You're above the law. Hey, Mark Shire, I'm sure, bro, you are above the law everywhere you go and you can do whatever you want. I don't. I I've been caught once doing one bad thing in my life, and that was the only time I ever want to be caught doing anything bad ever again. I don't even want to be accused of something I didn't do and have to go through some shit. And I've seen what happens when the cops start like turning their attention towards you while you're filming them, and shit can get dicey real fast. True truther, you haven't been going to the casinos lately? Oh, I went all weekend. So I've been trying to like make back all the money I spent because I bought a van and then I had to tag the van, insure the van, and buy some shit for it. And so I spent a lot of money last month. And so I have been going to the casino a lot to make it back. So I went last night and the night before and the weekend before. And I took the van up to Reno and went all night long till about 3 in the morning. So I haven't made back all of it, but putting a good dent in the amount of money I spent. Yeah, see, I do that behind the scenes mostly. I don't really publicize that a lot. I post a little bit of videos on another channel just to prove to people that's what I do, but I don't film what I do all the time. Rarely at all. Going to the casino to make it back. Yes, I am a pro slot player, so I make money. Pro slot playing is a thing. If you don't understand that or believe it, I don't care. But that's what I do. And it's basically a job like anything else. You have to like work. You have to work by walking around and checking machines all night long. And then you find one or two really good advantages, smash them, and you've made your money. That's how it works. But you have to put in the time and effort, and you have to know what you're doing. And you have to be disciplined to not go screwing around. So I wouldn't recommend it to just anybody. You really, really got to know what you're doing. But if you really know what you're doing, oh yeah, there's several machines that don't work like the other ones, where you can walk up, take a look at the screen, and be like, ooh, somebody left some wilds on the board for 2 spins. I'm going to play this for 2 spins and win. Boom, boom, yay. Print money, walk to the next machine. In a nutshell. All right. David Younts with a donation says, Jake, got my merch. Thanks, bro. Had to replace the classic Lunar module shirt with a new one. I need to do that too. I've been wearing like mine for 3-4 years, so I need to like reorder all my own shit. So I don't physically make them. I use a drop shipping company, Teespring. So yeah, all mine are basically getting holes. This one's getting faded too a little bit. But yeah, glad you ordered it. In fact, the guy that made a do video of his own, he ordered the coffee mug and did a video unboxing the Lunar Module coffee mug. So that was cool. Oswaldo with a $3.33 donation. Oh, yes, very Masonic. You're going to get called out for that. And he gives a shout out to Tim Osman, IPS. I'm guessing that is IPS, one of his sock accounts right there. If I was to guess, that's Tim promoting Tim. I could be wrong, but I'm guessing. Oh, Italian Ice said something about Pat. And then Andy sent me a super sticker. I'll get to that in a second. Italian Ice always has something bad to say about Pat, which is funny. Where was it? There it is. Italian Water Ice. I love this guy because he always trash talks Pat, which is something that I like. It's a good quality in a man. Pat Truthner is Washington Generals of NFL parodies. Lovable loser. Oh, he's done. He quit. He's no longer going to do it. In fact, I think this is about a good time. Maybe we could even do some Where Are They Now? And I can show you how pitiful he is now. And there were people that chose him over me. Oh, how'd that work out for you? Oh, yeah, and I got a super sticker from Andy. Thanks, Andy. I appreciate that. You're a sweetheart. All right. Let's go into the Where Are They Now files. This is a guy that has an entire section dedicated to hating me. So basically, he did NFL rig stuff 2 years ago. And then last season, when I did NFL rig stuff and started dominating the competition, I was the #1 NFL rigged guy. It made Pat so angry that he began to slander me in order to try to get people to hate me so that he could be #1. And it didn't work. I thoroughly destroyed him in the ratings. I got more views, hand over fist, picked up thousands and thousands of new subs, and it ruined his life. It literally ruined his life so much that he began to stalk my channel and make slander videos about me. And then he eventually quit the genre. So where is he now? Oh, he decided to change his name to Lupton Pat. There he is now. Now he's Lupton Pat. He's no longer Pat Truthner. Lupton Pat. Let me show you what he does now. Oh, a fishing video. 93 views in 3 days. Wow, bro. You got under 100 views in 3 days on a fishing video? Oh, yeah, spoiler alert. All they catch is 3-inch fish. They go catching 3 and 4-inch minnows. Literally, they go catch minnows. Guy gets less than 100 views. New channel name. Hi, I'm Pat Truthner. I'm changing my channel name because I'm a loser and I have no truth. So I'm not going to be Pat Truthner anymore. I'm going to be Lupton Pat. Well, I'm Lupton Pat. Here's my new channel. Dirt. Look, he built a fort for his kids. Wow. Look, guys, he built a fort for his kids. What a wonderful fella. Yeah, because he's a stay-at-home mom. Pat Lupton, the stay-at-home mom who catches minnows with a Mexican. Wonderful. There you go. That's what he's doing. If any of you guys want to go over there and sub to the guy who hates me and tells everyone how bad of a guy I am, that's what he's doing now. That's what he's up to. See, you can watch the Jake the Asshole is a con man section. See, here's where he slanders me. once, twice, 3 times, right? 3 different videos where he slanders me. Has an entire section dedicated to me. But as far as his own content goes, as far as what he is capable of doing, making a video nowadays, can't even break 100 views. Catching minnows with a Mexican. There you go, Lupton Pat. That's where are they now? That's the most attention he'll get for the rest of his life. I think from here on out, he's basically going to be forgotten and irrelevant. Look at this guy. He says, I'm a Jets fan, and if they go to the Super Bowl with Rodgers, the NFL is rigged. The NFL already is rigged. And if you call yourself a Jets fan, then that means you're a moron. I think all NFL fans who call themselves fans are morons. I made NFL rigged content all season and made the topic go viral. Me. I forced Pat McAfee, whatever his name is, and his loser crony crew to say it's the refs. The players aren't in on it. It's not the players, it's the refs. Because Jacob Gibson made the subject go viral. I got so many views on my shorts, millions of views, that I made it go viral so bad that they had to say it was the refs and not the players. They had to like specifically put cronies on the case. Now, if you call yourself a Jets fan, you cheer for a loser franchise who hasn't won since like what, 1968 or some shit. Were you even alive the last time they won the Super Bowl? They haven't even been to a Super Bowl since then. Joe Namath. So you're watching pretend football, idiot. And you're saying, if they go to the Super Bowl, then it's rigged? No. It's already rigged, and it's been rigged. And if you call yourself a fan, that means you're a fan of pretend football. That means you waste your time watching guys pretend to play football. The Jets lose on purpose. When they win a few games in a season, it's because enough money was on the other team. That's the only reason why they even get to win any games, is because enough money is on the other side. So they get to make the Jets, have the Jets upset. So they're going to bring Aaron Rodgers in, and he's going to pull the Brett Favre. Remember when Brett Favre went to the Jets? How did that work? So now Aaron Rodgers is going to pull the Brett Favre for the Jets. Wouldn't surprise me if he only played there 1 or 2 seasons and then went to the Vikings. Because it is rigged. Sorry to call you a moron or whatever, but anyone who calls themselves a fan, that's like saying you're a fan of the Harlem Globetrotters. And if they make a half-court shot, then it's rigged. Yes, more so when I was younger. So there were a few times I saw a couple strange things in the sky, and my immediate thought was like, oh, UFO, aliens, whatever, when I was a kid. Like I remember sleeping out on the trampoline during the summertime. Me and friends around the neighborhood, like at my dad's place, we had trampolines, and we would like camp out on the trampoline. You just put your sleeping bag on the trampoline, sleep under the stars at night. And so I remember seeing something like light up like a portion of the sky bright, and then a little bit over farther lit up again, and a little farther lit up again. And it was something like I hadn't seen before, but it wasn't like an actual spacecraft that I could make out. It was just like this bright light that like pulsated, and it was like bigger than an airplane would be. And so other than that, maybe one other time where I saw something kind of like fly in a weird, like a little dot seemed to fly in a strange way, but nothing like definitive. Truth wins as to the casinos harass you. No. No, I'm not doing anything wrong. Basically, if somebody plays an advantage machine and leaves an advantage, the next person who plays it is going to be the one who most likely gets to win, or in some cases guaranteed to win, depending how good the advantage is. And so I walk around just waiting to find advantages, and I don't play unless I find an advantage. So it's walk, 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 check machine, check machine, check machine, which is perfectly okay in a casino. Now, I have been accused a couple times of credit mining, where they don't want you to go around and try and take people's 10 cents, 20 cents that people leave in a machine. People will be playing, they'll be down to their last 10, 15 cents, and there won't be enough to spin, so they'll walk away. And so a couple times security asked me if I was credit mining, meaning trying to take people's 10 cents. And it's like, no, I don't give a shit about anyone's 10 cents. So other than that, when they mistakenly thought that I was like trying to fucking take leftover little bits of change from machines, other than that, no. They don't mess with me. All that glitters is gold with a donation. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate that. Thank you. Very generous of you. All right, let's do a video break right here. Let's take a comedy video break real quick. I got a video from like 2-3 years ago, and it was done on my backup channel, so I know a lot of you guys haven't seen it. Some of you might remember it, but it's been years since I've shown this or said this. So here is a comedy segment from years ago, which is still really funny. I watched it last night, made my own self laugh. So I know it's funny. You guys are going to enjoy it. This one's called White Men Can't Dance. White Men Can't Dance. Enjoy.
So I'm stuck here being a cracker-ass, white-ass honky, and I hate it. I wish I wasn't. I really wish I wasn't a cracker-ass, white honky. This sucks. Every day I wake up and I wish I could dance, and I don't have the ability. Yeah. If I try and dance, here's what happens. That's it. That's my moves. I'm a stupid freaking white guy. I'm a freaking white guy. Here are my dance moves. Da, da, da. Black guys don't do that. That's what sucks about being a white guy, is that I have no ability to dance. I can sing, and I can rap, and I can slap a bass, and I can do comedy. I can do all these things, but I can't dance. If I don't have a microphone in my hand, here's my dancing ability. Yankee Doodle is my name. I was born on the 4th of July. So whenever a woman comes up and wants to dance with me, I don't have any black man dancing ability. And so instead, it's like this terrible thing that happens. Women want to dance with me because they think because I can sing and because I'm funny that must mean I'm able to dance. No. See, the problem is every time a good-looking woman comes up to me and wants to dance, here's what happens. They're like, hey, I saw you sing that song. You want to dance? And I'm like, okay. And then we walk out on the dance floor, and then she looks at me and she starts to shake her butt and do all this stuff. And then when she looks at me, I'm like, here's my dancing moves. This is how I dance. And then they're like, I'm going to go over here now. just can't dance. I'm pretty much awesome at all the other things, though. I can sing, and while I'm singing, I can move as if I can dance. I can pretend to be people and move and pretend like I can dance. But when you take the microphone out of my hand, and I'm not the one singing it, and you want to dance with me, oh fuck, I can't do it. And you know what's even worse? Oh, we got to do that. Slow dancing. Slow dancing, swaying to the music. Slow dancing, turning around in a small circle. Slow dancing, turning in a small circle. Let's turn in a small circle, turning around in a small circle. We're gonna keep turning around in a small circle. Yes, we are. Maybe do a little twist. No. Turn around in a circle really slow. Turn around in a circle. Here we go. Every slow dance I've ever been in. That was it. Just turning around in a nice slow circle. Yeah. When a man loves a woman, he turns around in a real slow circle with her. Oh, they dance and they turn in a slow circle. When a man loves a woman, well, he puts his hands on her hips and he puts her arms around his neck. And then they turn in a slow circle. When a man loves a woman, they make an agreement with the state. Yes, they do. And when that relationship doesn't work out, the man usually loses more than half his shit. When a man loves a woman, he usually gets tired of loving her after a while. And then he wants to sleep with some other bitch, like maybe her better looking sister. When a man loves a woman, ooh, all that shit I said just happens. That's right. When a man loves a woman. Do you guys remember when going around in a little circle with the girl that you like was the thing you wanted to do the most? I want to go to my school dance, and I hope Sally asks me to dance or I ask her to dance, and then we can go around in a small circle. Oh, yeah. I remember the first time I danced with Sally. She told me if I dance real slow, I might get to touch her in her no-no zone. Ooh. And then we drove to the top of Mount McFuckalot, and we looked down on our little suburban town, and we had ourselves a kiss up on Makeout Mountain. And we went to fucking TV sitcom high school, and we were the graduating class of Saved by the Bell. And it was so fucking awesome. Whoa, what just happened? What the fuck just happened? What the fuck just happened?
There you go. White men can't dance. David Yount says, LOL too much in a circle, so right though. Oh, fuck no. Yeah. I actually watched that for the first time in a while last night, and I made myself laugh. And I thought, that would be funny during a live stream, because I know a lot of people haven't seen that before. And me trying to redo the bit won't be, I won't be able to nail it as good as I did in the video. So I thought about redoing the bit, like redoing it, perform it again. But I was like, no, I'll just show the video. I did it too well in the video. See, that's a bit, if I refined it, I could like transfer it to like stand-up comedy or whatever, but I'd have to like write it to where I told it the same way and performed it the same way every night. The problem with doing that is then it becomes like rehearsed. Then it's not as enjoyable. Truth Wins is Stairway to Heaven 1985 school dance. Yeah, I was like going for that typical TV movie high school thing during that joke. Alphonse Gambinos has never performed the same trick twice. Yeah, but see, all the major performers and entertainers do. So even like magic tricks, if you go watch like David Copperfield or whatever, he's going to do the same shit the next weekend and the next weekend. It's not like he's going to do a new show every time you see him. So everybody repeats tricks. All your favorite bands are going to play, songs that you've already heard. You know what I'm saying? When you go watch a band, they're going to play like 100% new shit usually. So usually you're going to watch a band play their classics. And that's what you want to see. So performing your old tricks is actually a good thing. My flawless is logic. I mean, yeah. Grim Reaper Z says being a musical performer and the sorts is by definition doing the same trick over and over again. Key is doing it perfectly every time. Yeah, see, I was in a cover band, a classic rock cover band, and we did like standards. You know what I mean? Like Sweet Home Alabama, you know, whatever, all the classic rock tunes and shit. Play that funky music, White Boy, stuff that like is danceable, super recognizable. And it's shit that comes on the radio every single day. And then when the cover band plays it, people get up and dance. So like an old, crusty, old ass rock and roll song, like old time rock and roll, still gets people to dance. So my band would play old time rock and roll, and we would get almost every ass off of the bar stool and on the floor for a song that's been played a bazillion times by a bazillion bands. Whoop, I missed the super chat. It says, Faith says that, Jake, are they ever going to let you bring joy to the elderly again? Oh, they've been sending me offers. So a lot of facilities, probably 5 or 6, have contacted me and asked if I will come back and sing, that they have dropped all of their C-word protocol. So no masks, no checks, no nothing, no VAXX requirements. They're going to let me come back and sing. A few of them are just far away, so I don't live in the same area where I used to live. I live in the Sacramento area now, and so some of the gigs I used to sing are like an hour and a half away. So that would be like 3 hours total drive to go sing a gig. But I was thinking I could line up 2 or 3 gigs in a day and still, make a good amount of money in one day if I line up 2 or 3. So it's looking like I am going to return back to singing. However, I have these trips and these van trips planned to where I can't set anything in stone right now. So I had to tell the facilities that did call that I'm going to have to get back in contact with them and set something up later on, maybe fall. Because this summer, I don't really want to be stuck working in this area. I want to be driving around and doing fun stuff. So maybe fall, I'll get back into singing. But yes, they're giving me offers, and they've dropped all the regulations for the boogeyman disease. So I definitely will be singing again. I won't do it full time, I don't think, but I would like to definitely get some shows under my belt. I haven't sang those songs in shit like a couple of years, well, year and a half, something like that. So a lot of those songs I'm gonna have to go back and practice. I had an entire 50s, 60s set. I had like 2 hours worth of stuff that I haven't sang for a while. And Kevin Arnold from the Wonder Years with a donation. Thank you, Kevin Arnold from the Wonder Years. I know for sure it's Fred Savage. Guys, Fred Savage, Kevin Arnold from the Wonder Years, right here in my chat. The one and only. What would you do if I sang out of tune? Would you stand up and walk out on me? Lend me your ears and I'll sing you a song. Now, try not to sing out of key. Remember that show? That was my favorite show when I was a kid. I wanted to like grow up and date Winnie Cooper when I got older. We all wanted to be Winnie Cooper's boyfriend. Some of you who never saw that show and weren't born in the same decade as me are probably gonna be like, "What in the hell is he talking about?" If you were born like after the into like the late '90s or 2000s, then you won't know what I'm even talking about. All right, things are getting serious, and I've been telling you this for years. I don't know if you people got mud in your ears or something, but you need to listen up, all right? Not only have the Chinese drones arrived, all right, but they have fully taken over the solar system, all right? I looked up there the other day, all right? I looked up there the other day and I had to see a whole string of them. They were strung together one by one, all of the Chinese drones, and they were flying from one side of the country to the other. I even tried to follow them, but they were too fast. I couldn't keep up with them. And this is the reason why I don't go home, is because they're waiting for me. All right. Every time I try and go home, the Chinese drones are there waiting for me, and they try and fly up my asshole. All right. I had to hide underneath my bed with my Bible blocking my ass crack so that they wouldn't fly in there. All right. And still, those little guys, they're like little Chinese nanobot drones. They can still find a way inside your anus, even if you're hiding under your bed and blocking your ass crack with your Bible. But at any rate, I digress. Need to like, share, and subscribe. Or don't. I'm out. All right. I started to like not be able to think of something there. I was like trying to think of something like, where am I going to go with this one? I just make it up every time. I never have anything planned when I go into that voice. I just start going. Whatever happens, happens. Macho versus Elmo. Yeah, I've done that before. I've done that like twice before. So I'd just be repeating that same bit. I usually like to wait a while because I think I did that one like a few weeks ago or last month. Yeah, in fact, I definitely did it the last time we did an open stream. I specifically remember. So I would just end up repeating the same shit that I did last time. This time I came up with that's a new line. I never used the Bible blocking my ass crack before. That one just happened to come out of my mouth today. First time. Hey, you remember when I used to have movies in the theater, buddy? And people would watch my movies in the theater, buddy. Awesome. You remember I was in that movie Biodome? Then I like fell off a cliff and you like never saw any movie again from me, buddy. And then I was in a movie about how I'm uh, making a movie about myself, buddy. Awesome. Yeah, that guy was only in movies and only ever had a career because his mommy was like the owner of the Comedy Store, like one of the most popular comedy clubs in the entire world. His like mommy owned it. And that was like the only way he ever got to be in anything. Talentless hack loser. Seth asks, is disc golf a real sport? It is. I think it's a sport. I like it, except my only issue with it is that there's no money in it and it takes a lot of time to get good. And then I'm really competitive. So when I go out and play competitive, I want to win. And then when I lose, I get pissed off. And then it leads to me like going to the park and trying to practice to get better at a thing that I'm only going to be able to beat like other novices and never make any money at. So it comes down to like how much time do I want to waste to throw a piece of plastic in a bucket? And so I like the game. It's fun. But I found that when I got competitive with other men, that like when I would miss shots or have a bad day, it would piss me off. So I have this really, really negative thing that happens to me when I get competitive and I lose. I turn into a really nasty person and I get like angry and pissed off and I cuss and yell and scream. So if I like am 10 feet away from the bucket and I miss a putt, I'm like, motherfucker! I'm like Happy Gilmore, but for real. Like I throw a fit if I fucking can't do good at something that I want to do good at. And the only way to get better at that sport is to like practice a shitload, like all day gonna practice putting so that I don't miss a putt and fucking cuss and scream. So I learned that like the amount of hours and time I would have to put into it to get good enough to not get pissed off at myself is just not worth it. So I like it. I have a whole set of frisbees and I haven't went in like a year and a half. Last time I went was with a subscriber from this channel, a friend of mine who lives in the area, Brian, and he beat me, and I was so fucking angry that I just wanted to like chuck all my fucking discs off into the woods and just never play again. It's like one of those deals where like we're in a super tight game and it's coming down to the wire and I can't miss this shot. Oh fuck! I missed 3 times in a row. Fuck this game. I hate this game. Fuck you. Ah! I literally I turn into Happy Gilmore. So that's why it's better for me to do videos or music because there is no like direct competition and there's no like, oh, I just missed the most easiest shot. Fuck. Yeah. So the one thing I hate about competition is like when I lose or I mess up, I take it out on myself. But to answer your original question, yes, it is a sport, and the guys who are really good at it are really impressive. And it's not a rigged sport. So it's one of the sports that's not rigged. And people are like, dude, all sports are rigged. No, disc golf doesn't make that much money. Like the number one guy in the world is what, like Paul Macbeth or whoever, and nobody even knows who he is, and he barely even makes that much money. He's not even like a millionaire. So the best guy in the world barely even makes that good of a living. But it is a real sport and it's not rigged. So if you're going to go play in like a local tournament, you at least know you're going to play a real thing. You know that people probably don't have magnetic frisbees and magnetic buckets to beat you. They probably don't. Oh, looks like Somebody in the chat might be a globe tard. Jeff Wagner says there were no dune buggies on the moon 50 plus years ago, but the Earth as a globe isn't a NASA hoax. I disagree. I 100% disagree. In fact, I can even do a little demonstration here. All right. So I don't endorse the globe at all, but I'm going to use Google Earth right here to make a point that the Earth is not a globe. So this right here, a cartoon. See? See all this computer shit? See how it looks like that? All right. So what they do is they take aerial footage from the sky, which is real, and then once you get back far enough, they slip you the CGI cartoon shit. See? Now they slip us the CGI cartoon shit. That's how it works. Look at the water. You think that's how it looks from space? So this is a cartoon right here. So they start by giving you the actual footage from an airplane, real pictures, so you can zoom in on your house. That's the real picture. But then when you zoom back out, now you're in a cartoon. See? If it's real, it should be 100% seamless. It shouldn't go from real shot of your house to computer glitchiness cartoon. See how it goes from real pictures, computer glitchy, cartoon. It should be seamless, 100% real. We should be looking at the real Earth right here, not a cartoon CGI version. See? See, look, you can even see like a line right here in the fucking water, bro. It has to like update. Look. See? It has to update as I drag it. See? It's cartoon. And then when we go in, shit. Still CGI. Still CGI. Still CGI. Oh, look. See all these lines? Look at all these lines and colors changing as I get closer. Look at those lines on the ground. That's still CGI. Yes. Look what we're even looking at, dude. See? Now we're back to cartoon space. See? So this is just a computer program. Not legit at all. Why does it need to look like a cartoon? Oh, we censored the Globetard from promoting his cartoon, and you're mad about it. And guess what, bro? That's a good way for me to censor you. If you don't like it, I don't care. Oh, I'm worse than YouTube because I don't like when people start promoting the globe in my chat, like in my chat. Do you realize when I started this channel, like it was all about the globe being fake? That's the reason I started the channel. It's because the globe is fake. The whole reason I started it. And here we are 8 years later. I have to listen to an idiot in the chat say that the globe isn't a NASA hoax. Kindly fuck right off. See, so look at the way the ground glitched and shit. So yeah, when you're over a town and you zoom in, they slip you the aerial photos. But then you saw when you start getting farther and farther away, then suddenly they slip you the CGI and you're back in a cartoon. So it's seamless to where it's like cartoon, cartoon, cartoon. Here's the aerial photos. Now you're just zooming in on the aerial photos of the towns. And then in the places where there's no towns and shit, you see there's like computer glitches. It like as you get closer, like kind of like is all grainy. There's like lines in the ground, lines in the ocean and shit. Shouldn't be like that. Should be super seamless. Should be a 24-hour footage of the Earth as a ball, and with satellites and stuff. We should be able to zoom in and out. We should be able to zoom in and out on all the stuff left over on the moon. They should be able to go to the moon and visit the old location where the 69 lunar module shit and stuff's all left over. Not the top of the module, but the bottom and the rover and all the shit that they left. All that shit. It should all be seamless. Andy says, "Get out, Globetard." Yeah, the globe is one of the most gigantic psyops in the history of the world. The biggest conspiracy, among the biggest. And they even went so far as to have a whole team of shills and cronies to intercept you when you figure out that the Earth isn't a globe. So they have guys like Jaronism and Dave Weiss, Eric Dubay, to intercept you once you figure out it's not a globe. So then you're an idiot writing with shills in a debunked map and model. Here's the thing: is like, why would they give you the globe if it's a globe? Why would they, when you're in kindergarten, be like, Earth is not flat. It's not flat. It's a globe. It's a ball. In fact, they don't even use those words. You know what they say? It's round. When I was in kindergarten, I remember Earth round. They used to think it was flat. It's not. Christopher Columbus looked at an orange and sailed his ship and found out it was a globe. That was the shit that my teacher said. Christopher Columbus had an orange, and it dawned on him as he looked at an orange and was sailing across the seas that the Earth is a globe. And Christopher Columbus. That was like what we were told. It's a globe. It's round. Earth is round. Round was their word. And that was shoved in our brain early. Why would they do that to you so early if it's the truth? Why do they want you to know what the earth is so badly? Do you really think that school is there to teach you all the stuff you need to know? Who here is still dumb enough that thinks public school or private school or college teaches you stuff that's true and good that you need to know, and you're smart when you learn it? That's what they want you to think. Go to school, become smart. Go to college, you're educated. Just more brainwashing. So what's the first thing they get you with? Earth is round. It's round. It's not flat. They should think it was flat because they're stupid, but it's round. They get you with that right away. Oh, and dinosaurs. Earth is round, dinosaurs. They hit kids with that early. And then you look at all the space movies, humans versus aliens and all that shit. And then you look at all the dinosaur movies. Programming. You think they're giving you the truth about any of it? No. So when people are like, oh, I believe in some conspiracies, but I'm not one of those stupid flat earthers. They tainted the flat earth subject with the loser shill characters who rolled out the debunked map and model to make it look like earth can only be a ball. And if you're smart enough to know it's not a ball, but still dumb enough to fall for the AE map circle sun model, well, they got you either way. So there's very few people like me who tells you it's neither of those two things and can prove it. I'm me, Q and Fee. There's hardly anyone even out there that even has the ability to explain or show you that both the globe and the AE flat earth map with the circle sun are both wrong, and the concave model. All of them are wrong. In fact, I got to the point where none of them make sense and will ever make sense, to where I had to just go, I don't know. I don't know what this place is, but I know it ain't what they told us. Why would they give you globe when you're a little kid? Why? Because they want you to be smart. Sure they do. Someone just compared me to Alex Jones, and they are hidden from the channel for life. Bye bye. You're a fucking idiot if you support Zach Hubbard. He's a liar and a scammer and a piece of shit. Zach says the earth is a globe. Zach sells losing picks, and then he lies about his picks, changes his picks. Fuck you for bringing him up. Get lost from my channel right now. Go to Zach's channel right now. I'm so fucking sick of this shit, dude. Every time someone brings up a shill and then compares them to me, that's an instant ban for life. Bye. Go run up his asshole. Tell him I did this. And you know what he's going to say? Chit the asshole, come debate me. Debate me. Let's debate. Debate me. And then all he's going to do is just yell numbers at me. You follow Zach Hubbard, you're a piece of shit loser, and I don't want you as a sub. Any one of you. If you follow Zach Hubbard and you like him, fuck off for life. And I mean it. I mean it sincerely. Mr. Funny Name says, Jake, forget round or flat. I think it's the nature of reality. Nothing else matters, in my humble opinion. Well, it's definitely not a ball. Earth is definitely horizontal. It's the fact that the moon and sun and stars don't make sense on any map is what bothers me. The fact that we can all see the sun and moon and stars in different locations at the same time and the angles of observation don't triangulate. That's a bit of a problem for every map, including the globe, including the AE map. Me and Q and Feet are the only two channels that talk about that or have talked about it. Ah, see, it was Zach. See, he's here. He's here. It's Zach. See, that was you, fucking loser bitch. Loser bitch. Why you here on my channel? Go to your channel and scam some people. Go sell your losing picks and then lie and change your picks. I knew that guy was you. I knew nobody could be that stupid. Here he is, and there just happened to be another guy sucking his balls. Of course it was Zach the whole time. Get lost. See, Zach Hubbard sits around and watches Jake the asshole on his free time. I don't ever watch Zach. If I want to know what Zach's doing, I go to Sports Gematria's channel and I watch his exposed videos. I watch every video Sports Gematria puts out. Never, ever watch Zach. If he's live, I don't give a shit. I'm not a loser. I'm not going to go watch that moron. But he likes to come over here and participate in my chat with a bunch of sock accounts to try and promote himself. Nice try, Zachary. And then he quickly shows up with his own account. Oh, gee. Funny how that works. No, Wolfie, nobody does. Nobody does. Like I was saying, the observation angles to the sun, moon, stars don't triangulate. So you'll have someone at the top of the map, let's say Canada, sees the sun, and then somebody down south on the same longitude, let's say South America, also sees the sun. Those angles don't quite triangulate back to the same sun. And then when you add in lots of different angles of observation, none of it works. So the data only seems to work locally for you, only locally. And then when you match up other people's local data and try and match all that up together, that's when it falls apart. So the data works and is correct generally as far as where you're going to see the sunrise and set. If you look that up for you, that will be right. But then if you model that up for you, and then somebody else on the same longitude as you, north and south of you, then you'll see the problem. Then shit doesn't triangulate. Then you need multiple suns, multiple moons, and multiple stars, which doesn't make sense on anyone's map. Basically, what it means is what is happening in the sky is magical and unexplainable. And I can't even figure it out, even slightly, especially being as I'm barned in like a zoo animal. I'm like basically an animal caged in at the zoo. I don't have a big boat to go exploring. I don't have a plane to go exploring. I can't just freely like drive around the top of the map, like it's a video game and look down and be like, oh, so there is extra land over there or whatever. So all the stuff that I would like to do to figure out what this place is, I can't even do it. So I can't even figure out what this place is on my own. All I can do is figure out what it not is. Looks like I missed a super chat from Mr. Funny Names a while ago. Yeah. So Mr. Funny Names says, Jake woke up. Yay. Hope all is good. Or just woke up. Oh, yeah. So you're over in what, England? So you're like 8 or 9 hours ahead of me. I think you're like 8 hours ahead or 9, either or, which is a lot. So it's really late for you. I wanted to go live even earlier today, but I got to tell you, I stay up too damn late. I sleep in. And by the time I get up and get breakfast and get around, get showered, it's late in the afternoon. So it's rare that I can do a live stream super early in the day for me to where all the people in Europe are still up and around. But eventually I need to try and do like a stream at like 1 p.m. my time, so then it's not too late for people in Europe. Yeah, really, I don't have any reason to go over and hang out on any of those guys' channel and see what they're doing and try and troll them. In fact, it's the opposite. They always come over here and mess with me. Family members are a lost cause. I am Jake the asshole, and my own mother and father are tard muffins who watch TV. My dad reads the newspaper. They believe everything. So every one of my family members is a sheep. I don't have one single smart family member as far as like being awake to what's going on. Not one. So I sympathize with you. You guys like agreeing with me is what I have. This audience is my support circle. I don't even mention anything about this to any of my family members at all anymore because it's a waste of time. They want TV. That's what they want. That's what they're going to get. They want to be sheep. They can enjoy their sheep lives. They don't want the inconvenience of talking about anything I talk about and having people think they're crazy. Mr. Funny Name says, indeed, at least it shows they lie. Thanks again for the donations, buddy. I appreciate that. I really do. Asa Hall asked for Alex Jones versus Elmo. See, that's different. I haven't done that one before. Folks, we got a serious problem on our hands. These damn globalists, they're meeting at the Bohemian Grove, all right? And they locked me out. They banned me. But we do have a correspondent on the scenes at the Bohemian Grove meeting. Elmo, are you there? Elmo is here at Bohemian Grove. Hi, Alex. Elmo, can you tell me what's going on? Are those damn globalists having interdimensional sex with each other? Elmo is at Bohemian Grove, and Elmo see a bunch of naked men all laying on top of each other, and they rolling around. Elmo doesn't know what is going on. Elmo, I have a feeling right now there might be fiction to eat your ass. You might want to take cover. Elmo, if they're having interdimensional sex, all right, they might be releasing their inner demons, all right? And you don't want to get caught when they're doing that, okay? They might make you a part of their sick initiation rituals. Elmo wants to join the fun. Elmo gonna join all the fun at the Bohemian Grove. Bye, Alex. No, Elmo, don't. All right. There you go. Elmo and Alex Jones at the Bohemian Grove. Hey, thank you. Oh, Jonna's here. I haven't seen you all night, Jonna. I didn't even know you were here. Poor Elmo. Yeah, who knew Elmo was gay all along? I would have never guessed. Elmo was like a Giga Chad. Thanks, Ivan's son, but you want the apostrophe RE. So if you're talking about like a compliment to somebody, like that's when you want to say you are with the apostrophe, you are. So you are is your. Your is ownership. Like your bike, your testicles, whatever, that's ownership. Where if it's like you are, that's the apostrophe RE. I'm like Mr. Grammar Nazi. A grammar Nazi. Yes, thank you, Andy. I appreciate that. Yes. Your awesome testicles. Or you could even say you are awesome testicles if that's the way you feel. See, that one you can go either way. If you're talking about my testicles being awesome, then it's that correct version. But if you're calling me a pair of awesome testicles, then you could use the apostrophe RE version. All right. You guys still having fun? If you're having fun, hit the thumbs up button right now. We've been streaming for a while now, over an hour and a half, and I'm thinking that we need 220 thumbs up. And I only see 193 on my end. So smash the thumbs up button, everybody, right now. Let's get up to 220 thumbs up. Let's show this algorithm who's boss. And if we don't get to 220, then I guess we'll just shut the stream down and we'll all just go to sleep. So it's up to you if you guys want to continue having fun. Oh, almost there. And we made it. We made it. All right. Hi, Emmanuel Sanchez. That's right. Smash those thumbs. All right. Good job. All right. All right. I think it's time I tell my totally not racist joke. So this is my favorite totally not racist joke. You know what? I love you. You know what? I love being racist. In fact, that reminds me of this little comedy bit, which I'm going to perform for you now. It goes like this. White power. But I also love black people. White pride. But I love Mexicans. White pride. White power. But Puerto Ricans are also fucking cool. And man, I simply can't get enough of them Asians. South Pacific, especially. But wait a minute, that's racist. Fuck. And so you can go as extreme with that as you want. Like, man, I love being white, but I wish I was black even more. Just kidding. Or am I? Hey. See, that's what I love about being racist, is I can come up with racist jokes, then put the racism angle back on you. See, like, watch this. I love being white, but not as much as I wish I was a fucking Mexican. I wish I was a dirty, greasy Mexican, but I'm not. Instead, I was born a really good-looking white guy who's really smart.
which sucks, but I wish I was a dirty, greasy Mexican. I love dirty, greasy Mexicans. They're my favorite. I like dirty, greasy Mexicans better than all of you combined times infinity. Being white is the coolest thing ever. I love being white so much because of all the privileges. The only thing better than being white is being a man. Being a white man is the best thing in the world. Oh, wait, that bothers you? Oh, no, I wish I was a black woman. I totally wish I was a black woman because I don't want to offend anybody. Oh shit, wait, that offends you as well? Okay, I don't wish I was a black woman. Oh fuck, that offends you even more? Okay, I do wish I was a black woman. Which is it with you people? Am I allowed to wish I was a black woman or am I not? Thank you. Thank you. Seriously.
There you go. That's my totally not racist joke. I do wish I was a black lady, but I'm not. Instead, I was born a really good looking white guy instead, which sucks. Right? John knows what I'm talking about. Andy, that would be a black spian. A black lesbian is a black spian. Get it right. I think as long as we don't say the T word, we're going to get away with all this. Because I never got in trouble for posting that video before. So I think I'm allowed to say all that. I just can't use the T word. Pretty sure that's the deal. Rock E. Shepherd identifies as a pit bull. Do you poop out in the backyard on the lawn? Do you cock your leg on trees? Or do you just identify as a pit bull? Mr. Funny Name says, you're cool now. A vehicle belongs to your good self. Hope it's right. I'm kind of wasted. Wish the super chats were quicker. The subject always gets changed. I just sent to donate, so we'll keep them with no related subject. Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate that. Oh, I already had a vehicle, so this is my second vehicle. So I have 2 Toyotas right now. So I bought the van specifically to go on trips and have a spot to crash in, basically. Because I have a Toyota Camry. You just can't crash out in a Camry. It sucks. So trying to sleep in a car, no good. Sleeping in a van, much better. So yeah, right now I currently have 2 vehicles. I'll probably, I don't know, I'll eventually sell off the Camry and just probably have the drive around the Sienna. But for the time being, I have both Toyotas. Asa Hall wants Hulk Hogan versus Rocky Balboa. Just watch Rocky 3, bro. If you want the real thing, normally I like to create fantasy matchups, but Rocky 3, you had Thunder Lips and Rocky Balboa actually have a full-on exhibition match. They fought to a draw. Ladies and gentlemen, Thunder Lips is here in the flesh, baby. Ha ha ha. This is like late 70s Hulk Hogan. No, early 80s. like early 80s Hulk Hogan.
Hey, yo, why they carrying him?
He's walking. He'll kill you in the tomorrow, Rock. You don't want to tangle with this guy. He's a killer. He'll kill you in the tomorrow, Rocky. This is Mickey telling you to get up, you son of a bitch, because Mickey loves you.
Hey, yo, Mickey, I don't think you're gonna get killed, you know what I mean? Adrian, you don't think I can do it? I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. You don't think I can win? You don't think I can win? I told you I can win Polly. You try knocking him down. You try knocking me down.
There you go. It's a little Rocky. But yeah, if you want to see them two square off, like, I'm not going to recreate the movie that already happened.
Hey, yo, you need to go back and watch Rocky 3. You know, you want to see it done to it, you know.
That was the one where he fought Hulk Hogan and Mr. T in the same movie. Remember Mr. T?
Pity the fool. My prediction for the fight is pain. Listen, sucker, this is a fool. I pity you, fool. If there's a fool out there that I don't pity, I don't even want to meet that man. All right? Let me tell you what, fool.
Remember Mr. T was big like in like the 80s, and then by the 90s everyone fucking forgot about him, but he was still trying to do shows and movies. People were like, "We don't care about you anymore, dude. Just go away." Yeah.
My prediction. Pain. Hey, woman. Hey, woman. Why don't you come over to my room tonight, and I'll show you what a real man is like.
Hey, yo, you don't talk to Adrian like that. Hey, you don't talk to her like that, you know.
He'll kill you into tomorrow, Rock. He's a killer. He's gonna kill you.
Yeah, and see the funny thing is like Mickey ended up dying and getting killed, but then Rocky actually did go on to beat Mr. T in the end. So Mickey was wrong. He's a wrong, dead boxing coach now. Jack Draper says Mr. T versus Ice-T. That would actually be a funny real fight because they're both like, what, 70 years old by now? To see the that would probably be a good matchup because I couldn't tell you for sure which one's in better shape and who would win. So Ice-T versus Mr. T would be an intriguing 70-year-old man fight. I would actually like to see that. Like shoot, fight, real, legitimate throwdown. I wonder who would win. Arnold versus Trump.
Well, I got to tell you, we're already making great progress. We stopped in Alabama, in Louisiana, in Mississippi. We did a whole jaunt through the South, and the support has been tremendous. We got a great country, all right? Firefighters, the police, the guys who clean shit out of outhouses. We got a wonderful country. Great, great people, all right? And you know what I suggest to you? I suggest you get the vax. Do it. It's great. It's wonderful. I took it. You should take it. Everyone should take it. All right. And after you take it, the next thing we're going to work on, all right, we're going to fix this economy. The most dangerous thing in the world right now, nuclear warming, all right? You know who's planning on warming this world nuclearly? China. So the first thing we're going to do, all right, we're going to invent Trumptricity. We're going to implement it. We're going to put it into place. And that, of course, is going to redirect all of our energy and assets towards a better economy, all right?
If I was going to run for president, I would not vote for Trump because he does not care about your freedom. When I said screw your freedom, I was wrong and I did not mean that, and I apologize. Do you accept my apology? I apologize when I said screw your freedom, and if you care about your freedom, you need to vote for Joe Biden. You do not need to vote for Trump. If you vote for Trump, then you don't care about freedom. When I said screw your freedom, I was wrong, and I deeply apologize, and I did not mean that. But what is really right now, what is most important is that you vote for Joe Biden because Trump does not care about your freedom.
There you go.
He does not wash his hands at least 3 times a day. If you are not washing your hand at least 4 to 5 to 600 times a day, then you don't deserve to have freedom. Also, I apologize for saying screw your freedom, even though I don't think you deserve any. I was only angry because of so many people they're passing around the germs and everybody's getting the boogeyman disease, and then it causes you to Philip the White didn't leave his central communications.
I don't even know where I was going with that. Uh, oh yeah, I heard Springer died recently. That was somebody I hadn't heard anything from in a while. I hadn't heard much out of him. He hasn't done much. So when I saw that he died, it was like, oh, I guess they decided his time on the world stage is over. Yeah, everyone's got a favorite voice that I do. I do several, and I do all of them well. Super chat coming in from one of my beautiful mods, John X's. Hi, Jake. Could you please do an impression of Stephen Hawking with voice box machine? Oh, geez. So, as we know, Stephen Hawking is a fake genius. The real guy could have been dead a long time ago, 20, 30 years ago. And then they were just rolling out a wax dummy. They were rolling out basically like a vegetable and calling it Stephen Hawking. So they were just wheeling him out, and he's like, right, he's just a vegetable. And then the box does all the talking. So, of course, whenever you listen to Stephen Hawking, everyone associates what comes out of the speaker box as his mind. Even though no one else has that technology or ever has had that technology in the entire world, he's the only guy who ever had it. So he'll come out, he's like drooling, and then the box is like, the distant planet in the Andromeda galaxy is possibly a black hole. Scientists have been confused and confounded by the possibility of galaxies actually being giant black holes. The nebula of the giant quasar is indeed proof that man came from monkeys. The origins of man are unknown. Upon the instance of the Big Bang, it's hard to like act like I'm doing. It's hard to like make his face and do the voice box at the same time. It's one of those impressions it's hard to do because if I'm going to make my mouth move, the real Stephen Hawking's mouth doesn't move. So you have to like suspend your belief for a minute there, like while my mouth is moving, and just pretend that it's not moving. If that makes sense. Thank you, Jonna. Hopefully that was about what you were looking for. Man, of course, evolved from monkey And this can be seen when the monkeys decided that they didn't want to eat bananas and hang out in trees anymore and decided to move into apartment complexes and work in office spaces inside of cubicles. Man, of course, lost his hair and became bald, and this is due to man becoming more smart. I'm just making shit up. It's like I missed a few super chats. Mr. Funny Names with a very generous donation says, for the Rocky impersonations, ha ha ha, I'm going to have to practice that. Try it round friends, ha ha ha, legendary. Never will be as good, though. See, I grew up a big Rocky fan. When I was a kid, I boxed a few different years. So I had 4 amateur fights when I was a kid. And so I was a big fan of the Rocky movies. Even though when I watch them now, they don't quite stand up because the boxing is crappy and the plot's just so simple and stupid. But when I was a kid, I loved those movies. And so I can basically like recite all the major lines from all the movies. All of, for like all, I even liked Rocky 5, which a lot of people thought sucked, and I liked Rocky 5. Now the worst Rocky is the new one, the newer one that they made, where he like comes out of retirement and fights fucking Antonio Tarver or whatever. Yeah, that one sucked. That extra Rocky movie they made, and then all the Creed movies, I don't watch any of that shit. So I don't count the Creed movies, and I don't count that last Rocky movie they made without Adrian. That was garbage. But I like all of them. Even like corny ass Rocky 4 is still a classic in my opinion. Sunflower coming in with a donation. She says, cheers to Jake, one of the best truthers out there. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. You are a sweetheart, Sunflower. Everybody donating tonight, I really do appreciate that. You guys are very generous. You don't have to do it. So the fact that you are donating out of the kindness of your heart, I really do appreciate that. Each and every one of it. And if you can't afford to donate or whatnot, I'm just glad you guys are here chit-chatting it up and contributing to the chat and the discussion. I don't have a Kamala Harris impression. I haven't like watched her talk enough to like do one. And then any lady impression I do is not going to be as good as a male voice. So obviously I can do male voices since I am male better than I can do a female voice. So if I'm ever going to do a female voice, it's basically just going to be mocking whoever it is. But I haven't watched any Kamala videos to like give you anything. Asa Hall just trying to get me to do any and every voice he can, basically, tonight.
I remember when Obama invited me to the White House. It was the first time I ever was excited to meet a president. And the only reason I was excited, because he was black. Ain't nobody want to go meet no old crackety-ass white man. So, of course, when Obama asked me to come to the White House, I was excited. I was like, hell yeah, I get to meet a black president. I get to stay in the White House.
When I invited Christopher to the White House, he was quite funny, quite charming, and me and him and Michelle, we sat around the office mucking it up. He's quite a funny guy, and we enjoyed ourselves. Michelle loves him. Can't wait to have him back. I don't really practice Obama. So that was just my like off the cuff Obama, best I got. See, my Chris Rock comes super easy. I know I have the best white guy Chris Rock that there is, but like, I'll be honest, I haven't practiced Obama at all. So I had to like try and channel him real quick. And he hasn't been on TV or in office in a long time, so the longer he's out of the picture, the harder it is for me to like channel that energy.
Let me tell you something. If you want to mess with the Macho Man, well, then you better prepare to do battle in the squared circle. Because I have got a Slim Jim for you, if you know what I mean. Oh, yeah, Miss Elizabeth will be in my corner at ringside.
Yeah, where else are you going to get this much fun? People are like, oh, do you watch so-and-so's channel? And I'm like, I don't even know who that is. Do they do these sort of voices? Are they this funny and awesome? I bet not. Oh, Macho's your fave? I didn't know. See, I can only do Macho for like 30 seconds, maybe a minute tops, because it actually damages my throat. Like, I can feel damage occurring quickly when I do that voice. It's like it strains my vocal cords in a way that it like scratches them. Mike D asks if I'll be in Seattle on June for my van trip. I haven't planned my route, and I've never even been to Washington State. So I've been up into Oregon, but I've never driven all the way up to Washington. And so I could work that into the route. I just haven't figured out exactly which way I want to go first. Because like I can take off out of California and head north first, and then do like a big loop over to the East Coast and back around. Or I could head south and do like the loop from the south all the way up the East Coast and then loop back around. So I'm just trying to figure out which way I want to go, which way the weather's going to be most pleasant. I know once we get into June, it's going to be hot and it's not going to be pleasant, anywhere. It's just going to be hot. But May, it should be really nice. So it would be best if I took off sooner than later. I just got after it and just went and did it. All right. You guys want to go to the Where Are They Now machine? Every once in a while, people will ask me about Math Powerland and ask me where he's at. And I found he is still streaming. He lives in Mexico. I haven't talked to him at all, but I found he is still streaming. He has a channel called Math Powerland, and he has terrible internet connection in Mexico, but he still streams. And it's really glitchy and terrible. So people wondering what Matt has been up to. He was just on a day ago. Oh yeah, and he rubs mud on his face now. So that's his thing. So now he's Math Power Clay, and he likes to rub mud all over himself. That's his new thing.
What is your shaving cream?
So he calls himself Matt Power Clay now, and he likes to sell clay, and he puts color into it, and then he rubs this on his face, and he puts it in his hair, and he brushes his teeth with mud. He brushes his teeth with with it. He puts it in his hair and all over his face, and he claims that it's anti-aging and it reverses the process of aging. So this is what he does now. He rubs mud on himself and tries to sell people his mud. And if you're wondering if he got any better at guitar, I think he might have got worse. So there you go. He rubs mud on himself and he still plays guitar terrible, and his stream quality is just absolute, just diarrhea. So anybody who asks me where he's at and what he's doing, there you go. Matt Powerland, where are they now? There he is. So if that's something you want to go watch or be a part of, Matt rubbing mud on himself and streaming with the worst low quality streams ever, and playing the worst guitar. There you go. So now no one has to ask me about him anymore. He was one of the very first Flat Earth channels. So Matt was like the first one, and there was only like 2 or 3 Flat Earth channels. And then Dubé sprung up, and then Jaron sprung up, and Mark Sargent. But Matt was one of the first Flat Earth channels, and he ties back to MTV, and he did this really famous like comedy routine where he exposed the Flat Earth and NASA being fake. So I suspect he is part of the shill crew, always did. At one point, he was a friend of mine, but then he showed his true colors. So people will still ask about him because he was a friend of mine a long time ago, back when I first started the channel. So people will ask from time to time, where is he? What's he up to? He's in Mexico rubbing mud on himself and doing terrible streams for 200 views. So there you go. Yep. Yeah, so he claimed that he painted for NASA and that he painted the globe. So his big spiel was like, I used to work for NASA. I painted your globe. That's how I know it's art. And he actually did have this globe photo that he painted, but it wasn't like the blue marble for NASA. So he made it out like he was a NASA artist, and then come to find out that was just basically a lie to get his name out there and get people talking about it. So he was like, oh, I only made that up to get the flat earth subject out there, blah, blah, blah. But still a lie. And then he ties back to MTV. He played a gay character on MTV, and he also was in a like a B movie where he was like I think he was like one of the guys from the Beach Boys or the Beatles or something. He played the part of one, like a rock star in a movie. I forget the name of it. So he was in 3 or 4 B movies, and he was on MTV playing a gay character. So all the red flags are there for him being a shill. I think he got his shill paycheck cut, and then he just moved to Mexico, and now he's just doing his own freelance crap without any support from the government or anything. If I had to guess. So, where are they now? Rubbing mud on themselves. Yeah, his whole background very questionable, and his whole story. Yeah. See, when I first started, that's like one of the first guys I watched. So I watched Matt and I watched Dubé, and I was a big fan. And then I became friends with Matt, met Matt, and then Dubé subbed my channel, and Dubé was like a big fan of mine. And then I ended up calling both of them out as shills. So it's crazy the way it all worked out. 8 years ago when I first started the channel, I was a huge fan, Dubé and Matt. And then now I'm just sitting here telling you both those guys are shills. And I would never hang out with either one of them. Hot Potatoes chick, that was Patty Steer. See, Pat Steer and Mark Sargent were in the movie Beyond the Curve, as well as Jaron and Nathan Thompson. And so that whole shill crew basically was in the documentary, and the documentary was seen by like 10 million people. So the documentary was made to make Flat Earth look stupid, make the whole subject look like nothing but tards follow it. And they did a good job with it because they basically threw the subject under the bus. Those characters make it look like anyone who thinks the earth is flat is a tard muffin, like Mark Sargent and Patty Steer, Nathan Thompson. So they basically accomplished what they wanted to do with that. So anyone involved with that is definitely a shill. And that's why when people try and like put me in that camp, I'm like, oh, was I in that film? No, I wasn't. Nope. Do I have an actor's IMDb page or whatever? Nope. So all these people have an actor's IMDb page or whatever. Jaron, Pat, Mark Sargent, Matt Boylan, aka Matt Powerland, they're all listed as actors. I am not, because I've never been in anything. Yes, Russian VIDS is a shill too. So he plays opposition to them. So Russian VIDS will call out Jaron or Dave as being shills, but then he promotes the AE map of the Circle Sun, and he tells his audience, I'm a Mason and a shill. So when I was in 9th grade, I played football, freshman football for Denier High School, and I was number 33. And so he told his audience that I'm a Mason because of it. Somebody's wearing the number 33 for every single football team. That doesn't mean every single kid who plays football who wears that number is a Mason. So basically, when I was in 9th grade, I didn't even know what Masons were. I didn't know any conspiracies at all. I was a total sheep. And Russian VIDS told his audience that I was a Mason. So that's another thing shills do, is they'll call you a shill. So like Zach Hubbard, he like come over here and say I'm a Fed and I'm a shill, and come debate him. Total shill move to call a non-shill a shill. Yes, it was popular belief that Patty was indeed a man. Flat Earth Banjo is either a gigantic useful idiot or he's a shill. See, he seems like he's a dumb enough Flat Earth fanboy that he has nothing better to do than upload TikToks from other people promoting the AE map. So he just basically will find somebody on TikTok who's talking about the earth being flat, and he'll steal their video and just upload it onto YouTube. And that's all he's done for shit months and months. Last I checked, and then he's made videos saying I'm a shill because I don't agree with the AE map. And then he also went after Shay as well. Tried to paint her out to be a bad guy and a shill. And let me tell you something, people. You need to wake the fuck up right now. It's just a dumb shit to please the masses. It's all fake. It's all bullshit, people. Let me tell you something right now. Vern Troyer is an animatronic robot, people. He's not a real person. He's fake as shit. Let me tell you something. Vern Troyer is an animatronic robot. There's no such thing as a Vern Troyer. I like Mag too, but he did say Vern Troyer was a robot, and I totally think that's bullshit. I'll never forget when he said Vern Troyer was a robot. I'm like, dude, why'd you have to say that? So governments use different maps. So they use the globe, they use Mercator, and they use, and in some cases, they'll even use that circle flat map that'll show up in movies, TV shows, and what have you. So all of them are wrong in one way or another. All of them have problems. I can't make any of those things work correctly. There's hardly any legit flat earthers who make content. And then the subject was gigantic in 2015, 16, and 17. And then after that, that documentary came out, YouTube changed the algorithm, I think in 2018, I want to say. And when they changed the algorithm, they basically started putting hit pieces at the top of the search, and real flat earthers they buried. And then by 2020, they started like banning truther channels, and a lot of people just stopped talking about the subject, moved on, what have you. So there's very few people still talking about it, and there's only so much you can talk about with it. So there's like not a bunch of new information coming out or new discoveries to keep talking about it. And the only people that talked about it to the point where it's as far as we can take it, like myself and Q and Fee, we've told you how the globe doesn't work, the regular AE map flat Earth model doesn't work. None of the models presented to us work. So we're stuck right now knowing that the Earth isn't a globe. The horizon is horizontal, but we don't got a working model. And that's the point I'm stuck at. So I don't know what to talk about with it anymore. So it's a subject that I still like. It's very near and dear to my heart, but I don't have any new breakthroughs to bring to you guys, you know? So that's the shame with the subject is when I first started talking about it, it was like there's all this new stuff to learn, and then there would be a new breakthrough, and we'd make a video, and all the channels would be talking about it. And so for a good 3 years, it was like new and fresh. And then by year 4, everybody had pretty much said what they needed to say. And then I started proving that the AE map was bunk. And then it was like they started putting up the banners that say, oh, flat earth is an archaic blah 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 from the past. You know how they put the banner? If you title it flat earth now, they have that shill fucking banner shit, the Wikipedia shit that comes up on your page. So before that happened, you used to be able to make a flat earth video and actually have it come up to the top of the search results. But once they changed the algorithm and buried all the real flat earth content, there's just nothing but junk and hit pieces now. Yeah, Stavely is a shill who runs with all the shill crew. So he called me a shill, and then he goes to Flattoberfest and kisses Dave Weiss's ass. So Stavely's a shill. Italian P and C channel beyond the ice wall maps. Anyone showing any map where there's lands beyond an ice wall is a liar and a shill. Or they're an idiot pushing a wrong information. So anyone pushing like those maps that like show an AE map with the and then more lands, no one's been to those lands, no proof they exist. So why wave around a map that's fake? So there's flat earthers who will say Earth isn't a globe, but then they'll show a map with lands beyond the ice wall with names and shapes, even though they have zero proof. So David Weiss will say, maybe there's more land. And then he puts up the cartoon map with the extra land masses with names and shapes, even though he has no proof. So saying there might be more land, totally legit. There may be more land that they're hiding from us. I think that's true. But showing a picture of the supposed land when you have no proof and then naming it, here's some land beyond the ice wall called Estonia. Oh, this place is called Pupamagusta land. Oh, this is the long lost city of Fantasia or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, it's just bullshit. No one has any proof of these lands. So speculating there might be more land, cool. Showing a picture of the land when you have no proof, shill shit. And that applies to everybody who shows more land that they've never been to or proven exists. If they show you more land and have names for all these places that they've never been to, never prove exist, shill shit. Yeah, like the guy that says that the moon's a map, and then the vibe of Cosmo, and then he's got all these extra land masses that no one's ever proven exists, and then he conveniently like puts water in certain places and puts land in certain places to make it look like the moon's a map. Now, I will say some of those parts on the moon kind of look similar to some of the countries, but then there's other parts that don't. And then there's extra big giant land masses that somebody could easily prove exist, but no one has. And he just puts it up there. And also, moon map guy is unable to make the sunrise and sunset work on the moon map. Nobody can make the sunrise and sunset, moonrise and moonset, or the star rotation work on any of the maps. So like I said, I got to the point where I can prove why shit doesn't work, but I can't prove what it is. So I can't prove what this place is, but I can prove how the models we're given doesn't work. I can prove how the data that we're given only works locally, but doesn't work if you model it up with a bunch of different observers. And QNFE does a great job showing that. So I would advise anyone to go over to QNFE's channel and just watch all the different videos he has debunking the globe and the AE map and all the other flat Earth maps. And then you'll get to the same spot that I'm in where I don't know what it is, but I know what it's not. So it's a strange place to be in your mind, to not know, but be sure of what it isn't. So I'm sure it's not a globe, but I'm not sure of what it is. So most people walking around are sure it's a globe, and they're wrong. Meanwhile, I'm not sure what it is, but I'm sure it's not a globe. Such a weird life. And I know that it's like 99% chance I'm never going to get to the bottom of it. What are the chances I'm going to figure it out? Pretty much slim to none. Yes, not only is the sun magical, everything in the sky is magical. All of it, even the clouds. How the fuck does that work? How is there clouds that can hold bazillions of gallons of water that levitate in the sky? I know what science says, but science lies out of their ass about everything. So I definitely don't trust what science says. So even if you don't even look at the stars and the moon and the sun and you just look at something like clouds, even that is just like, okay, water by the millions of gallons comes out of those things, but they can levitate over your head. And then yeah, the sun, I don't know what that thing is, how it works. The moon, I don't know what that thing is or how it works. The stars, I don't know what those are either. I know that they're not suns. So when I look at a star, I know it's not a sun millions of miles away, trillions of light years away. I know it's not that, but I don't know what it is. And then when I look at the moon, I know it's not a gray rock that men walked on, but I don't know what it is. And when I look at the sun, I know it's not a gigantic fireball, but I don't know what it is. So I know it's not what they tell us that it is, but I don't know what it is. That's the sucky thing about being smart and admitting it and not bullshitting yourself or anyone. So I don't want to make up a story about the sun. I don't want to speculate because I don't know. So I'll tell you, the sun is not a gigantic fireball that we go around that shoots through space. I know for sure it's not that. But I'm also honest and say, I don't know what it is. I have no idea how I'm even supposed to figure it out. So I am one of the few human beings who's smart enough, who knows it's not a gigantic fireball, and smart enough to admit it to myself that I don't know what it is without trying to like make shit up or deceive anyone. The same with the moon and the stars. Just have no idea what they are. But I know what they're not. Definitely know what they're not. Yeah, so some people are like, oh, the moon is like plasma. Yeah, but what does that even mean? Like, what kind of plasma? Is all plasma the same? So, like a plasma screen TV is the same thing as plasma moon, plasma sun? I don't know. So, words like plasma are like right up there with like gravity. It's like a shitty science word. Yeah, I don't really believe in a planet X. So before I was into flat Earth and before I figured out space is fake, there was some YouTube crap about Planet X, you know, this extra planet in our solar system, blah, blah, blah. But ever since I got into flat Earth and figuring out everything's not what we're told, then I basically threw Planet X out the window. Like, what is it? Can you see Planet X? Can you prove Planet X? Or is Planet X only in a video? It's only in a video on a screen. You can't see Planet X. Yeah, you might think, oh, the moon was like the old sun, so it's like a burnt out sun, right? So Leslie Guy says, I like that the moon is a burnt out light bulb and the sun is the new one. Yeah, but then explain why the moon has the phases. So we have the no moon when there's no moon at all, and then there's the little sliver, and then the next night it's a little bigger sliver. And then it's like crescent moon, and then a half moon. See what I mean? So the moon goes through these phases, but the sun doesn't go through phases. And then the phases don't match up, like they don't change throughout the day. So it would make more sense if the phases like changed throughout the day while you're looking at it, like sun and the moon in the sky at the same time. So you see the phases of the moon change throughout the day. But no, it's like a sliver of moon all the way until it leaves the sky until the next night. And then it's a little bigger of a sliver. So the phase, you don't get to see the phases change. It's the phase changes like by the next night on its like, so you never get to witness it change from sliver of a moon to a crescent moon to a half moon to a full moon. It just shows up that way that next night or the next day. So just the phases alone don't make any sense. And also, they just they do weird things that like I can't explain either, like the eclipses and stuff. Like the moon will have that weird eclipse where it turns all red and orange and shit, and then the sun will do its full eclipse, and then the moon's nowhere around. And they in the globe model they say it is the moon, but you can't see it. So it's just all of it doesn't make sense. It really doesn't. The more you try and wrap your head around it with simple explanations, you can never actually make any of those simple explanations work. So the simple things that you want to add up: sun go in a circle, stars go in a circle, dome, Bible. Yeah, it sounds simple and nice, but it don't work that way. You might be able to make sense of it in your head, but you won't be able to make sense of it for me, Mark. So just because something maybe makes sense to you doesn't mean you're going to be able to make it make sense for me. I haven't seen the fake Japanese moon landing yet. I'll have to check that out. Okay, yeah. Please don't ask about the dog or talk about the dog. I haven't got over it. It still bothers me a lot every day. Just seeing people mention it now literally affects me. So don't do it. No, I didn't see any ship last night. I was out at the casino all night last night, so I didn't see it. I don't think mountain ranges are giants, but some rocks do look like tree stumps. So some rocks resemble tree stumps and could maybe have possibly been a gigantic tree, maybe, but I don't say for sure when it comes to stuff like that. So could there have been giants? Possibly. Could there have been giant trees? Possibly. But I can't prove it. Mr. Cross Examiner says, whatever happened to Shay's channel? She took down her own channel. She got a couple strikes, and then she waited like 3 months for those to wear off. And then just when she started posting again, this really weird stalker guy made a channel saying that Shay is his wife from another life. And she sent me the videos, and it was this bald, creepy, ugly dude. And he was like, I want Shay to come cut my toenails. Where's Shay? I want her to help cut my toenails. And he was just like the weirdest dude. And he like wrote a book and was like trying to get a book published saying that Shay is his wife from another life. Like the weirdest, creepiest shit. And she's like, I have a family. I'm not trying to put up with all this shit. And she wasn't getting hardly any views on YouTube because YouTube had her pegged as a truth channel and they shadow banned her. And so she was only getting like 100 views, 200 views max on a video. And so they were hitting her with strikes. And then when that creepy dude opened up an entire channel, like making just really strange content, I can see why she's like, nope, no thanks. So she didn't find it to be something that she wanted to do any longer. So she likes making videos and waking people up, but she had a really bad experience here. Yeah, for women, it's a lot worse. See, I'm a dude, and so if some dude stalks me and trolls me, says shit, like, I've heard it all. Literally, people have called me any and every name in the book. But, like, if you're a woman and, like, a guy's, like, saying you're his wife from another life, and he's, like, doxing you and lives near you and is creepy and shit, I can see how that would just turn you off to the whole thing. So anyway, so that's why she took down her own channel. But I still text her from time to time. Treehouse says, if we could miniaturize people to half size, would we solve global warming? Well, global warming is fake. The Earth isn't a globe and it's not warming. So it wouldn't solve it, being there's nothing to solve. Matthew Butcher says, I leave for 2 seconds. You did? You left for 2 whole seconds? Okay, let's do a little video break. We'll watch a quick video called What a Lovely Diaper. So this video,
Good nights give unbeatable protection.
I went to the casino, and anyone who was wearing a diaper on their face, I told them that they had a lovely diaper. You can imagine how it went. Nice diaper. Cool diaper. What a lovely diaper. Awesome diaper. Cool diapers, dude. What a lovely diaper. Awesome diaper. What a lovely diaper. Awesome diaper.
Cool diaper. What a beautiful diaper. Nice diaper. Diapers are cool. Nice diaper. Nice diaper.
There you go. So that was the one that this other guy made. I just saw him in chat and it reminded me. There he is. Fonz's office. The Fonz's office. There you go, buddy. Shout out to Fonz's office. Made his own do video. I would play more, but if I play too much of that song, then they're going to give all of the advertisement revenue to the police instead of me. So if I play too much of that song, they're going to be like, oh, the police own this content now. Copyright claim by the police. So yeah, people are now making their own do videos who aren't me. Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
That's all I want to say to you. The innocence will pull me through. That's all I want to say to you.
All right, so if you want to watch the rest of this video, it's on the Fonz's Office channel. So shout out to Fonz's Office. Oh yeah, he also bought one of my Lunar Module mugs, which I appreciate.
Hello world, welcome to the Fonz's Office. Today, old Soup here has a super special unboxing video. That's right, I said unboxing, not boxing. And this video is especially for you, Jake the asshole. You see, I've been a super fan of yours for about 7 years now, and old Soup, well, I wanted to commit a little further and go purchase some of your super cool merch. So I went and ordered me one of these, and it arrived today by super special delivery. And I'm about to show the world exactly what I ordered from you. Let's have a little look-ski here. You see, I'm a fan of Jake the asshole and my brother, this lunar module or homeless tweaker shelter coffee mug is going to be on my desk in the Fonz's office from here forward, because I believe there is more likelihood of that lunar module being a homeless tweaker shelter than anything that went to the moon and came back again. Come on, give me a frickin' break. A break, a coffee break with my brand new lunar module or homeless tweaker shelter coffee mug.
I like the energy, and I like how you are comfortable on camera. A lot of people, when they are on camera, they're tentative, nervous, they fumble over their words. I like the fact that you're energetic. You ain't shy at all, and it's a good-looking mug, isn't it? That will get people talking. If you have coffee with anybody and they look at that, they're definitely going to say something. So definitely a conversation starter there. And you could order the mug or the shirt in my description down below. So you can visit my merch shop. I sell the Lunar Module or Homeless Tweaker Shelter t-shirt, and I have for many years, and I've sold a bunch of them. And not as many people have bought the mug. I think this is like only the second or third person who's bought the mug and like made a picture or a video to show me. So that's cool. Good times.
Straight from Jake the Asshole, I will now show you exactly how you can order yours. Oh, ho, ho, ho. It's even better out of this cup. Stay tuned and watch how you can order your own coffee mug, t-shirt, or other merch from Jake Gibson / Jake the Asshole from his merch site. Here we go. I'm going to make this super simple for you. You go to YouTube and you find Jake the Asshole's YouTube channel. You watch a few of his videos. You like them. You subscribe. You click the bell for notifications. You even share a couple of them to your social media. And then you scroll down into his information section of the video and you will find the link right here. Lunar Module or Homeless Tweaker Shelter. You click the link to his teesprings.com account. You make sure you use this link on his channel. You don't want to be buying no knockoffs. You want to support Jake himself. You can buy many things like a t-shirt, a coffee mug. This here is where my next order is going to be one of the t-shirts. Here we go. Scroll down a bit. You can get a hoodie. Lots of things that you can get here. Phone case even, I believe. Bags, muscle shirts. You name it, man. You go to Jake the Asshole's YouTube channel. You click the link for his teesprings.com merchandise site and you make your purchase. Don't delay. Order today. I am Jeff the Superfan signing out with my homeless tweaker shelter mug from the Fonz's office.
That was awesome. That guy made a commercial for me. That's sweet. I wish more people would make commercials for me endorsing my products. Feel free to do that if you want to do that. Oh, sweet. Sunflower's got a hoodie. Yeah, I have one too for this design right here. I've ordered one for myself. I haven't worn it since winter ended, but see? Here's my hoodie. I have a feeling for the next several years, people are going to be saying do. It's like that Simpsons episode where Bart says, I didn't do it. And then he becomes the I didn't do it boy. And people are like, say it. Say it. I didn't do it. Yay! I actually think I need to remake this one because I think they took it down. I think Teespring pulled this one down. So I need to like remake it again. Every once in a while, they'll pull down one of my designs. Somebody like who works there, I guess, sees it after it's printed and is like, we can't send this. I don't know. So I think I might have to remake this one. Oh, good one, Asa Hall. I didn't do it. I didn't do it. Ha ha ha. Yuck, yuck, yuck. If you're going to make a commercial for me, you're not only going to buy my mug, but also promote it and endorse it and make an awesome commercial. Hell yeah, I'm going to give you a shout out. That's the quickest way to get in my good graces. I like the energy too. Like I said, the fact that you weren't like, oh, here's Jake the Asshole's coffee mug. Isn't it cool? You were like,
Jake the Asshole's coffee mug. Yeah, this is the coolest mug and it makes the coffee taste even better. Yeah.
I like the energy. It was awesome. Joe Camel says, stop gunt guarding for Ethan Oliver Ralph. I don't even know what the hell that means. I don't know who that is or what gunt guarding means. Gunt guarding for Ethan. I hate when people bring up stuff that I don't even know what the hell they're talking about. And that's one of those cases. You'll have to describe in detail what you mean. Nice to see you too again, JG. Got the same initials as me. I'm Jake Gibson. You're JG. Nice to see you too. And it's nice to see me. Matthew Butcher says, awesome, good promo for show. I just ordered mine. Awesome mug. Yeah. Sweet. See, my man Fawn's office just sold me a mug. Sweet. See, that's the thing. I don't need to lie or scam in order to, make a little money from my audience. My audience, out of the kindness of their heart, buys super chats, buys my merch in exchange for the entertainment value that I provide. See, so there's no point where I'm like, hey, let me sell you some losing sports picks and then lie about my sports picks. Hey, will you guys pay me $100 a month on Patreon so I can give you wrong sports picks and then lie and tell you they're the best sports picks? See, I don't do that, which makes me a good guy, not a shill, not a piece of shit. So anything anyone donates or buys from me, it's out of the kindness of their own heart because they enjoy the content. Whereas, that piece of shit scammer, liar, scumbag Zach Hubbard, who was here earlier and then showed up several times with several other sock accounts, he needs to lie and scam to make his money. He needs to scam his audience on a daily basis so that he could squeeze every penny out of them. I don't do that because I'm not a scumbag. I saw Zach Hubbard come in here with 4 other accounts. Debate Zach Hubbard, you flat tard. Oh, gee, I wonder who that is. Zach Hubbard has like 1,500 sock accounts, and he always shows up and basically waves a flag like, it's me, it's Zach. I can tell it's you when you show up and tell me to debate you. Why would any other account call me flat-tard and say debate Zach Hubbard unless it was Zach Hubbard? I swear I've blocked like 5 people who it was all Zach Hubbard tonight. I blocked the original Zach, and I blocked like 4 other accounts who brought up his name. Slots are good. I've been playing slots professionally for like 3 years, almost 4 years, and it's got its ups and downs as far as there's nights where it's hot and you make $1,000 in a night, and then there's nights where you walk around all night and barely make anything, and sometimes even lose. The thing is, I don't really lose hardly ever, and when I do lose, it's a small amount. It's insignificant. So mainly, it's more of a loss for me if like I spend all night walking around and hardly make anything, break even. I consider that a loss. But on a good night, shit, I can do 500, $1,000 cash in my hand in one night. My best night I ever had, I did $2,200. That was my best night. And there's the possibility that one day I could hit 10 G's in the press of a button. Bam. One of my competitors who does the same thing that I do, like 3 weeks ago, hit $56,000 on a machine that I play a lot. So a person who does exactly what I do, except him and his wife are a team. So it's like they, as a team, they can get more advantages and win even more. His wife plays a machine on $3, a Wheel of Fortune machine, hits the bonus round, hits every little bonus that you need in the bonus round to unlock the gigantic grand jackpot, $56,000. She got to take a picture and hold the big giant check. You know how they give you the big giant checks if you win a bunch of money? So she got to do that. And I was like, man, one of my competitors who plays the same machine I do hits 56 G's. So I know one of these nights I'm going to hit something gigantic, but I don't know if it'll be 56 G's. That's pretty amazing. So I know one of these nights I'm going to hit for 5 or 10 grand. I just know I will. But there is that chance for that huge, gigantic payday in a press of a button. Yeah, well, Mark, you're not a professional slot player. I am. And so not all slot machines are equal. Some slot machines are different than others. And so I specialize in only playing when I have the advantage. So the casino, how does the casino win? It's because they have the advantage on all those table games and all the slots, except for those slots where people play them and build an advantage and then walk away. In that case, if I find a slot that someone played to an advantage, walked away from, I have the advantage in that moment. So I get to turn the tables on the casino in these certain instances. And the only way to put yourself in that position over and over again is to walk around, check machines all night long, over and over and over. And if you do that, and you know what you're doing, and you know which machines to check and what to look for, you can put yourself in a position where you have the odds over the casino. And eventually the math adds up and you win. It's that easy. It's that easy, and it's hard because you have to know what you're doing. You have to be strategic and disciplined. And so it's not something I would recommend to just anybody. Kind of like being a pro poker player. Some people can win at poker enough to make a living, but you can also lose your ass off and have poker players whip you, take all your money. So there are ways, and there are people out there who are legitimate, for real professional gamblers. Sports gambling. Most people lose at sports gambling, but the people who know it's rigged and bet on the underdogs at the right time, cash out their bets when they're up. There's people who win at sports gambling more than they lose. Means they're professional. So can you be a professional gambler? Yes. Is it easy? No. It's a job like anything else. Adrian Preston says, have you heard of Handsome Truth from Odyssey? If not, you should check him out. His content mainly about the juice and the jabs, and also does activism too. Yeah, I've never heard of him. There's a bunch of channels like that on BitChute and Odyssey. Frankly, anyone who just blames every single thing on the juice and just makes every video saying the bad guys lost World War II, or excuse me, the good guys lost, and it's the juice. It's the juice. If that's all you do, I get bored. So I can agree with it to an extent, but if that's someone's like, if that's their whole thing is juice, 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 good guys lost, juice. If that's all you have to say, I get tired of it. I need more than that. Oh, looks like I missed a super chat. David Yount says, for your trip, come to Missouri, bro. I went through Missouri for the first time back in 2017 on the last trip that I did. I set up a subscriber meetup in Kansas City. It was my first time ever in Kansas City or Missouri, and I had like 30 people show up in a place I'd never been. So I actually had a decent time while I was there. The weather was crazy. It was like the middle of summer, but it rained and was windy like a mofo. It was like nice, and then within like 5 to 10 minutes, clouds showed up. And then it was like, and everybody went inside. And then like an hour later, then it was nice again. And people are like, yep, that's how it is in Missouri. One guy even was like, we always live in a constant state of misery because we never know what the weather will be. Yes, Silent Walk. I used to be a loser as far as when I went to the casino, I would usually lose. So I thought that that's how it goes. You go, you can expect to lose. So I used to go with like $100, $200, and I'd be like, this is all I'm going to lose. And when it's gone, it's gone. And just about always I would lose. Every great once in a while I'd win. But I always was envious of those people who win the big pots and always wished I could hit something big and have that moment. I never had it until I found a slot machine called Scarab, where you had to play it 10 times in order for all the wilds you collect to turn wild. And I found that when you walk up on this game, if someone before you played the Scarab game 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times and then quit, all the wilds on the screen that they accumulated become yours. And all you got to do is play it till 10 times. And so the first time I walked up on a machine that had wilds on the screen, it was on spin 7 or whatever, and I was like, oh shit, I only have to do 3 spins and I get to keep all their wilds? So the first time I won strategically on a slot machine was called Scarab. And immediately the wheels in my head were like, oh my God, this Scarab machine is different than the other machines. If I wait for people to leave wilds on the screen and then I play, I'm gonna win. So I started driving around Reno and looking for every Scarab machine I could find. Come to find out, there were more machines besides Scarab that were advantage machines that just worked in a slightly different way. So once I found out what all the advantage machines were and how they worked, I started to win hand over fist every time. Now it's a lot of walking around, miles and miles of walking. And most machines you check don't have an advantage. So you just walk to the next one. So you check. You only play if there's an advantage. And even when you have an advantage, sometimes you're going to lose. But over the course of a night, if you play when you have the advantage, you will win. Then random lucky bonus rounds come. And man, when they come and you're already winning, and then you take the casino's money and just keep repeating the process, you can stick it to the casino and they won't be able to stop you. They won't even know you're doing it. And there'll be other people doing exactly what I'm talking about. So I'm not the only one who does this. It's not like some magic thing that only I know. If you go to Las Vegas, there's thousands of people trying to do exactly what I'm talking about all day, all night long. And when I went to Las Vegas, I found there's more advantage gamblers there than anywhere in the world. But there's also more machines than anywhere in the world. So if you go to Vegas and you plan on advantage gambling, expect to be up against a lot of competition. But you're going to have more chances than anywhere in the world. So the bigger your casino is, the more machines they have, the more advantage machines, the more chance you have at checking and finding an advantage. If you find an advantage and you play when you have the advantage, you're going to win, most likely. Very simple. So the only reason the casino wins is because they have the advantage. So you just take that advantage and flip it on them. Here, let me show you what I'm talking about. I'll do a little quick tutorial, and then we'll move on. All right, so here's my slot channel. It's called Jake Plays Slots. I don't upload a lot, and it's not like a hugely popular channel, but I do have some videos up there to show you what I do and how I do it. I don't give away all my secrets, but I give out a few. And so there's always somebody in my chat who wants to tell me that you can't beat slots. It's impossible. And that I'm a liar and I'm wrong, and that beating slots is an impossibility. But you're not smarter than me. I am a professional slot player, and I have been for 4 years. And let me show you a video right here proving that you can literally walk up to a fucking machine, look at it, and know you're going to win for sure. You just got to walk up and find the right advantage at the right time.
I love when I see stuff like this. This guy got a Wheel of Fortune spin. He won 342 bucks. This is the guy before me. And then he printed his ticket, walked away, and left the board loaded with wilds. 9 out of 10 spins. So guess who's gonna clean this clock and win automatically? Me. Automatic winner, chicken dinner, light 'em up, Vanna, wild, baby, wild, get 'em, what? Boom. Cha-ching, 76.
See that? How did I know I was going to win? Oh, well, see how it says in the corner, 10 out of 10? So somebody left all those wilds up there on spin 9, and then they hit a bonus, and then they walked away. So one spin was all I needed to do to collect all those wilds. When there's that many wilds on the board, that's a 100% guaranteed win. Literally, you walk up, you see the wilds, you see it says 9 out of 10 games. That means you have to spin it once. So anyone here who thinks it's all 100% luck of the draw, no, not. If it was, then I wouldn't be a pro. Okay.
Automatically.
See, it's 9 out of 10 spins right now. And then on the left, all I had to do was spin it once.
Automatic winner. Chicken dinner. Light 'em up. Vanna. Wild, baby, wild. Get 'em. What? Boom. Ching.
So, does that happen every single time you walk up to a machine? No. You got to walk around and find it loaded and ready to go. But the only way that's going to happen is if you go there and walk around and check. So can you find them loaded and ready to go where you walk up and literally win in one spin and you know it? Zero chance you're going to lose? Yeah, but you got to walk your ass around all night long. Mark, you don't get it. See, Mark, I don't like your attitude. You always have this snarky attitude like you're the smartest dude here. And so even something like this that I'm explaining to you that I know you don't know about and you don't even understand how it works, and I do, and I'm telling you, you still act like you're the smart guy. Mark, you have this weird thing about you where you kind of piss me off while still being kind of cool. You've done that a lot on my channel. You disagree with me and act like you're the smartest dude in the room. You disagree with everyone in chat, and you always act like you're the smartest person here. I'm a pro slot player, and you are not. You don't know what I'm talking about, and I'm explaining it to you now. Why would I walk away when I win the more I walk around? Walking around equals winning. The more I walk around and check, the more I win. So there is no walking away is when I'm tired and I've walked around until 3 a.m. and my legs are sore and the casinos are dying out. That's when I quit. So when I win like that, I continue walking around looking for more all night long until my legs are tired. That's how I do it, Mark. This has been a long time coming, Mark, because you always act like you know every little thing that I talk about better than me. So sometimes I literally only post these videos to prove to people that I'm not a liar. I don't have any reason to teach any of you any of this or give away any secrets. I can keep it all in my own head and do it as much as I want. I give away these secrets because I'm a nice guy and I'm not a liar. And when people ask, that's the truth. That's like saying the casino is addicted. Why doesn't the casino walk away, Mark? How come the casino doesn't shut down after they get my money? Do they walk away or do they stay open? Get it?
Can't go. Do
and any of the first 3 rows. I play it until it leaves the screen. I'm about to win some money on Wolf Peak. Here's how you win money on Wolf Peak. You check to see if anyone leaves wilds on the board like this. Like this. There you go. See? Wild, wild. I look for wilds in these first 3 rows. You can tell which way the wild's going to go. It'll point. See? The wilds point which way they're going to go. And then they fill up the whole screen, and then they're done. So if I find a wild like this in any of the first 3 rows, I play it until it leaves the screen. Nothing yet. Wild, get him, get him, get him, get him. Here's a little win, all right. And one more, and this will be the end of it. All right, so that's the end of that. I started with a 20. I'm down 60 cents. But if I check the rest of these, I'm going to find, oh, look at this, $8 a spin. Somebody left 2 wilds on the board with multipliers. You know what this means? I'm going to win for sure. Guaranteed. Literally going to win, guaranteed, for sure, because I found this. Someone else left this, and I'm going to cash in on it for sure. And away we go. Big money, baby, big money. Wild, wild, wild. Give me some more wilds. Hook me up with the wilds. Hook it up. Boom. There's one spin. There you go. One more. Bring it, bring him, bring him, bring him, baby. One last spin. That's how you win on Wolf Peak.
All right, so there you go. There's 2 little tutorials for you. Wheel of Fortune, Wild Spin, and Wolf Peak. There's a lot of games that are very similar to those that play the exact same way. They just have different symbols. So all you have to do is figure out which games are advantage games and only play those when you have the advantage. But that requires you doing all the legwork of figuring out those games, how they work, you walking around, you checking, and you being disciplined enough when you do win not to go piss it away. Yeah, see, Mark, you've pissed off several of my subs. I've had people, like including Shay, tell me that you're an asshole. And so you do have a way in my chat of disagreeing and acting like you're the smartest dude. Like earlier, you were like, anything that you can't fathom, I will put it into perspective for you. Because I'm Mark Shire. And now you're like trying to call me a bitch. So check it out, bro. I'm going to block you for life. And now Mark Shire is never going to talk on my channel ever again. So that problem's solved. This has been a long time coming. He's been a bit of an ass to me in this. He just always acts like he's the smartest dude. And I get sick of it. Like if I say I went to the casino, I won. I don't need some guy to like fucking make it out like I'm a liar and he's smarter than me and this and that. And he's going to tell me how the world works, how the sun works, how the earth works. There. Bye, Mark. You've done this so many times. This has been a long time coming. And I won't miss you. So now what he'll do is he'll go on Facebook, or he'll like probably make a little video and be like, Jake's a shill. He blocked me for no reason. Wah! That's usually what people do. Whenever I ban someone, they go on their Facebook and tell everyone I'm a shill who banned them for no reason. I'm a bitch. I'm a bitch. I'm a lover. I'm a child. I'm your mother. I'm a sinner. I'm a saint. You can lick my taint. Yeah, see, no one likes you, bro. How come no one here is like, dude, he's so cool. Why would you do that to Mark? Dude, Shay said that you're an asshole. Faith is glad you're gone. Not one person here has been like, oh no, Mark Shire, he's so awesome. You've literally been pissing people off in my chat for a long time, dude. And I was letting it slide. Anything that you guys can't understand, I'll put it in perspective for you. If you can't fathom how something works, I'm Mark Shire. I'll tell you how it works. I know everything about every subject because I'm Mark Shire. And you're a bitch if you disagree. Okay, well, bye, Mark. Have fun. Go to someone else's channel and do that. He was a critical thinker, but he was also an ass who drugged down my chat. So was he smart in some aspects? Yeah, that's kind of why I kept him around. But he acted like he is the smartest dude in the room at all times, and all information goes through Mark. And Mark knows the true way. He knows what the sun is. He knows what the moon is. He knows how they work. He has a perfect working model. He's God. Mark is God. I don't ever win at slots. I'm a liar. Never won ever. Mark is God. So everyone go follow Mark wherever the hell he is. I already forgot about him. Mark who? On to the next. See, Papa Legba's the smartest guy. He's like, how many times I gotta tell you I'm the smartest dude? Exactly. Already forgot about him. Okay, Wolfie. So I talked about this at the very beginning. Bud Light purposely teamed up with a T word and purposely lost money and purposely caused a bunch of blowback. It's like the #1 trending topic in the world. Everyone talking about Bud Light, how much they lost, and then this T word. I think they're trying to get people to lean more towards the right, cause outrage towards the lefty LGBTQ element of P agenda, and basically get people to vote Trump. So I think they're setting the stage for Trump to return, and they really want to gain public favor. And so Bud Light did this campaign, the Budweiser company did this campaign knowing they were going to lose money. The money's fake. It's digits on a screen. The digits on the screen can be replaced by the Federal Reserve. How would you know? So if they lose, let's say, $5 billion, the Federal Reserve can be like, oh, good job for carrying out our agenda, and put the $5 billion right back in their account. How would you or I know and be able to prove it? It's all just digits on a screen. Furthermore, a beer company like Budweiser isn't intertwined with the government. So the same way McDonald's and Walmart are intertwined with the government, Budweiser is in every single street corner, every single gas station, every grocery store. It's everywhere. So they did this on purpose, knowing there was going to be a blowback and knowing everyone was going to talk about it. And so you have to look at, like, the government does these things on purpose. They don't like accidentally team up with a T word and accidentally lose billions because they made a mistake. Not going to happen. So I think this is all to set the stage for Trump to return and get people to push back against the left and make it seem like Trump coming back is definitely going to turn this country around, fix the problems, and all this stuff. That's my thoughts. Indeed, Shrooming Newman 4 says this country is too far gone. I believe so. It seems like we're just like fully owned by China, and they're just slowly dumbing us down and getting rid of us, turning all the men into women, all the women into men, and basically turn everyone into a TV watching sheeple sissy. All it takes a few more decades of this, and they could, with the right event, turn us all into, one big, one world country. So the right event, like a fake alien invasion, what have you, will be the event to put us all under one world government. And you better believe the rules and the laws of China are most likely going to be the new world rules. So the American Constitution will go out the window, and the lifestyle they have in China with a social credit system and all that stuff, that will be adopted once New World Order has taken over, and we're all under the guise of one world rule, one world government. You better believe the government and those rules will be closer to that of China than it will be the United States. Eric William May with a super sticker. Thank you. I appreciate that, Eric. It's very kind of you. Jonna says, hey, Jake, when did you become interested in music and playing a musical instrument? I was 17 years old when or 18. I was like 18 years old when I bought my bass. I had a friend who played electric guitar, and it looked cool. And then I was like, oh, I want to buy a guitar too. And he's like, no, everyone plays guitar. You should buy a bass because not as many people play bass, and you'll get more gigs, and it's easier to be in a band if you play bass. So my friend convinced me to go buy a bass because I would have a better chance of being in a band, is the way he put it. And so, not knowing anything at all, I walked into a used music store and told them I wanted to play bass, but I don't know anything about it. Don't know how to play, but I want one. And so they pointed to this red bass on the wall. It was this one, this Ibanez right here. And he's like, I'll sell you that one right there, and a little practice amp and a strap for $200. So I picked this thing up with a little practice amp, my strap, took it home, and I still have it to this day. So this is a 1984 Ibanez Roadstar, and this is considered a vintage Japanese instrument, made in Japan. So I started playing when I was 18 years old because I had a friend who played guitar, and I liked rock music. So that's when I started. Oh, I got some people requesting the bass. I haven't tuned it up or anything, but I guess I could maybe play for a minute or two. There you go, little slap bass. Live off the cuff. All right. Yeah, I always throw my foot in there at the end. Ugh. So I haven't warmed up or anything, so I'm a little like little rusty, and I got tired fast. So if I spend the day warming up, I can play longer, faster. But if I just try to go like 0 to 100, like I just did, usually within like 3-4 minutes, it's like, oh my God, oh my arm. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, that's my main riff. I've been playing that riff for so long. So whenever I pick up a bass, that's like my go-to riff. Yeah, spelled the same way as the fish. So home base, as in like a military base, is B-A-S-E. But bass as in the instrument, B-A-S-S. But then the fish is bass, B-A-S-S. So the fish, B-A-S-S, bass. But the instrument, bass. So weird. Spelled the exact same way. Thank you, Silent Walk. I appreciate that, buddy. Grim Reaper Z says, yes, I send Jake a bass fish through the mail. You did? Well, if you did, I didn't get it. Somebody made a joke. Having treble with your bass. Oh, I see what you did there. I'm all about that bass. About that bass. No treble. I'm all about that bass. About that bass. No treble. Don't you guys love that song? Andy says, thanks, Jake. Thank you, Andy. I appreciate it. Very sweet of you. Yes, I can't dance, but I can play bass. I can sing. And if I'm singing a song, I can move like the original lead singer who sings that song. I can pretend to be, you know, like if I'm singing an Aerosmith song, I can pretend to be Steven Tyler. But if you take the mic out of my hand, I'm not singing, not playing bass, and you just want me to dance, here's my stupid freaking moves. I'm a corny freaking white guy, and I was born on the 4th of July. Ta-da! There you go. Some of my white guy dance moves. No, I don't cover MC Hammer. Yeah, people always think bass is B-A-S-E, and it is. Bass is B-A-S-E, but that's military bass, home bass, not bass the instrument. Bass the instrument, B-A-S-S. Oh, and the fish, B-A-S-S, but that's bass. So whenever I give out my email and it has the bass in it, people always say bass. But rather than correct them, it's spelled the same, I just go with it. Leslie Guy has seen Tool live twice. I have also seen Tool twice. Not in many, many years, but I'm not as big of a fan as I used to be. Maynard came out as like an anti-conspiracy guy, and so it kind of like soured my taste with the band. But back in 2001, I want to say, I saw the Lateralist tour, and then maybe 2002, I saw him again. So I haven't seen him in many, many years. Over 20 years now. Silent Walk says, the only solo bass player I know is Gary Moore. Dude, there's so many bassists. I mean, the top YouTube guy, in my opinion, is Alexander Berthoud, or Charles Berthoud. Charles Berthoud is the top bassist on YouTube as far as skill right now. And then Davey 504, he's got like the most popular bass channel. And then there's a shitload of guys like who do a bunch of solo bass stuff, but then they also play with various bands. So like Victor Wooten has solo bass material, but he also plays with various bands. And so there's plenty of guys out there on YouTube who are awesome. Tons. Yeah, Jocko was one of the original bass soloists. So not many guys were known to solo with the bass, and you rarely ever heard a bass solo in a song. But Jocko was one of the first like free-form bass solo guys that was known specifically for that. Yeah, same happened with Primus. Yeah, Les Claypool like had that anti-conspiracy crap that he's been pushing. It sucks when like a band that you like or like a celebrity you actually like respect turns out to be just another sellout piece of shit world stage actor like the rest of them. Like I saw the comedian Jim Brewer speaking out against masks and making fun of the Chinese UFO stuff, and he seems like he's on board with the truth. But then he went on Joe Rogan's show and totally kissed Joe Rogan's ass. So it's like, oh, great, you're going to go kiss the shill's ass and do the Rogan show, but then I'm supposed to listen to you about masks and about the Chinese UFOs being bullshit. So they have these celebrities who will like act like they're partially into the truth. They'll have maybe a little bit of truth. But then when you really trace it back, they're just another sellout puppet on the world stage. Yeah, Robin Trower is a good player. I haven't listened to his stuff in a little while, but I used to listen to his stuff maybe 5-10 years ago. Yep, Stanley Clark. That's another good solo bassist, and he was in different bands too. Russell Brand. That's a fake truther actor puppet on the world stage. Hi, I'm Horseface Russell Brand. You should get your truth from me. I'm a British man who is part of the Hollywood syndicate. You know that I have to be telling you the truth. I've got a horse face. You know you can trust me. Yeah, horse face ass Russell Brand. That's where I want to get my truth from. Ain't no way he's going to lie or lead you astray. He has nothing to lose, everything to gain. Alphonse Gambino says, who is your personal favorite bassist? That's hard. I don't know if I have a one favorite. Like I said, I like Charles Berthoud here on YouTube. He's excellent. Davy's old bass videos are cool. I still like Claypool as a bassist, and I like Victor Wooten as a bassist, but I'm not like a total fanboy over one guy to where like they're my favorites. Yeah, I like to have my own bass style and my own funk riffs, my own like way of playing a bass to where I can take little pieces from other bassists, but there's not like one bassist who I try and emulate or try and take after. So people will say my playing reminds them of Les Claypool, but in my opinion, my playing isn't quite like his. Les Claypool's got more of like a hey kids, doopy-doo, look at me, I'm Les Claypool. Whereas like when people give me a compliment and say, oh, you're like you sound like Claypool, I know what they mean is like he slaps bass, I slap bass, so it's a compliment. But I personally don't feel like my riffs sound quite like his. I feel like I have a different style and a different sound. And same with Victor Wooten. So all the slap bassists have their own little style and their own sound, even though they're all slapping and popping. So it's like electric guitar. There's like lots of guys who play electric guitar who are amazing, but they play different and their styles are vastly different. So a Eddie Van Halen solo sounds different than a Dimebag Darrell solo, but they're both awesome, both virtuosos. You know what I mean? Bootsy was one of those guys who had a really cool look. I liked how his funky look, but his actual bass licks were very simplistic and not they just weren't super funky like other basses. So I felt like Bootsy was one of the, I don't know, like he was one of the original funk slap guys, but he wasn't nearly as good as any of the other guys. So I feel like he's okay, but I don't put him in a virtuoso category. Like all the slap moves that he does, I've seen other guys do 1,000 times. So there's not one thing that he does that's like, holy shit, that's so crazy. How do you do that? But he is super funky looking. He's got the look down for sure. Scrap Gold Expert says, I'd like to hear you only focus on the top strings and slap a little lot less. Well, slap is my main style. So if I'm going to play just like a regular bass line, you know, finger style, then I'll be maybe playing with a backing track, or if I'm playing in a band, then I don't have to only do slap stuff. So if I'm just playing solo with no drum machine, the slap stuff gives me a percussive drum effect so that I can basically like make my own beat and keep my own time. So if I was to just play like a fingery rhythm without any sort of drum machine or anything, to me, solo bass by itself, if you're just playing it like a regular bass lines, can get a bit boring for people who aren't into bass. For regular people who aren't musicians or into guitars and basses that much, like I feel like it's more entertaining for them if I do the slap thing and make it fast and funky and flashy so that it's entertaining for non-musicians. But I do practice playing non-slap stuff. I don't practice as much as I should. I need to practice more. But so, for instance, one of my weak spots in bass playing, I'm not that great at tapping, so I have to specifically like sit there and practice tapping to get better at it. All right, guys. Shit, I've been on here almost 4 hours. Holy cow. Time flies when you're having fun. So hopefully you guys had fun here tonight as much as I did. And I want to thank everyone who donated tonight and everybody who participated here in chat. I couldn't read every single person who commented, but I tried to read a bunch of them and cover a bunch of different subjects. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this and got something out of it. And if you could hit the thumbs up before you take off, that would be awesome. Just before we shut down, if you guys can smash the thumbs up if you haven't done so already, I would appreciate that. Leslie Guy, thank you for being here. Mike D asks if any girls ever thrown her panties on stage. No, but when I used to be in a classic rock cover band, Raising Cain, there were definitely a bunch of chicks who would get drunk and then like, you know, want to like dance all up on me and sometimes even come up on stage and shit, but never like throw their actual panties. No. Scrap Gold with a donation before we shut down. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate that. And to everyone, thank you for joining me tonight. I had fun. I'm going to get off here and enjoy the rest of my Sunday night, and I will catch you guys later on in the week. I'll try not to wait too long for the next live stream, and I'll try to do one in maybe a few more days, so maybe middle of the week or something. All right, guys, so have a great night. I'll catch you all next time. Peace. I'll see you later.